Hello, everyone. Welcome to Rob's Gaming Table. I'm Rob,
Hi, Mel.
and we're back. Part three of our planning for Gen Con. Technically 2023, but this could apply to any Gen Con as the idea. So we're going to be kind of general. We will talk about some updated stuff specific to this year's Gen Con, but I mean, a lot of this information is relevant to any Gen Con. So we're going to talk about planning for Gen Con, what you kind of need to think of basically the week or weeks leading up to the con, what's at the con, what you need to kind of care about based on our point of view. This is for us. We don't work for Gen Con, full disclosure. We had 2 other streams we already did. I'll talk about a bit more about them later and what we talked about in those streams. But you can find those down below in the playlist if you're looking for that information. And I'll go over that a bit here. But today we're going to go over kind of a bunch of information that we can give you from going to Gen Con over the last 10 years for most of the years, and just tips, tricks, things to see, why you might go. You still can go. I'm assuming badges haven't sold out. I haven't heard anything about badges selling out.
I haven't heard anything.
None of the days, like Saturday badges didn't sell out, 4-day badges didn't sell out. Some years they do though. So there's still a chance to go. A lot of events sold out that people are like the hot ones, they're all gone. But I mean, there's still tons of open events, cancel slots, all that stuff. We'll talk about all that today. And then we'll open it up to questions at the end. We'll try to keep this as succinct as possible, but because more people are going to be watching this later than live right now. We are live, so we have a live audience that's going to ask questions, everything at the end, I guess, if you care. But yeah, this is part of our, technically going to be a 4-part series, maybe a 5, but it's, we want to do it a little different this year. Last year we did a stream kind of a couple weeks before Gen Con or something, right, Mel?
Yeah.
Where we went over everything. We had this giant list. And we went through all this information from getting badges, booking hotels, events, parking, what's at the con, things to pack, all that stuff. It took forever. It's like 5 hours or something crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, we did it all in one stream.
Yeah, which was stupid. and it was too close to the con. A lot of people are too late to get hotels they wanted or badges and stuff and events they wanted. Michael, thank you so much for subscribing.
Welcome.
Thank you. But this year we did a little different. This is the 3rd part of this planning series where we try to break it up and kind of do the streams at the time of the year when those things kind of mattered. But all of it still matters right now. Like if you're going and you need to know about badges, go watch our first stream. Again, linked in the video description, there's a playlist. You can find the previous streams, you can find last year's streams, all that stuff. Tons of good information. We'll try not to repeat information too much from those videos, so they're all relevant. And hopefully in future years, this will help somebody watching this. They'll catch a few nuggets. Maybe they didn't know about Gen Con, or maybe you're interested in going to Gen Con, some things to think about when going. But remember, we are just 2 gamers. I go as press. Mel goes as...
Press and a half?
No,
half a press and a...
No.
Nothing?
You go just to carry my stuff behind me.
Yeah.
And she clacks the coconuts.
No,
as I ride through the con. You know, she makes the horse... As I ride through the con, you know, like...
I announce Rob's arrival.
Yes. When I come into the exhibit hall, Mel blows a trumpet. Rob is here, and she like rolls out a carpet, and I walk on it. It's great times.
Yeah.
But anyways, no. They only allow us 1 press badge, so I go as press. I do it for work. Mel just comes and help me. They say it's cool. She can do whatever I'm doing. Help me go wherever I go. Whatever. No big deal. But we're gamers. We spend money from people like you who donate to this channel. We're not paid by publishers to play games. Normally we play games on the channel. That's our thing. We do playthroughs mainly. We do unboxings sometimes. They're kind of lame, but we do them sometimes. Mel sometimes will live paint on the channel. We play lots of 2-player games, 3-player games, co-op, competitive, solo, all that stuff. We do live playthroughs where we explain the game, play the game, kind of give our thoughts on the game. And many other kind of things on the channel. So if you're new here and you just found this channel and you're watching the Gen Con series, that's normally what we do all year round. But we are board gamers, card gamers. That's where we're coming from going to Gen Con. We're not RPG players. We're not competitive wargaming, tabletop wargaming players. We're not LARPers. We're not cosplayers. We're not musicians. We don't make any films. We're not video game. Well, I'm a video gamer. Mel's a video gamer. Yeah. But we don't go there for the video game stuff. But there is some of that there. We're not artists. We don't collect art. We don't go there for that. There's that. There's crafts, there's lots of things there. Tons of stuff there, but I need you to understand when you're watching this channel, we come at it from a board gamer and card gamer perspective. So everything we're giving you is based on that info. If you're an RPGer and you come here and you want info about where can you do the coolest RPG events, I can't help you. I don't know anything about that. But I just want to let you know there's so much at Gen Con. We're going to try to be general Janet, thank you for being a member for 28 freaking months.
Thank you, Janet.
WTF.
Janet says, so excited. So are we.
It's so pumped. Janet's going. I hope you're still going, right? Nothing's changed with that, right,
No,
Mel?
Janet. Nope, Janet's still going.
Whew. All right.
She's
Janet's
posting her flight countdown to days to flag.
I see them posting in there.
Love it.
I just get scared because I see on Reddit some people are like canceling out and like have changed their mind, and I'm like, oh man, that happens to people. That's right. It happened to me one year. I had to cancel because I changed jobs and stuff. I couldn't go and cancel hotels and things, and oh man, yeah. So I'm glad some of you guys are still going, that are planning on going. It sucks anyone who can't go after all. It happens because you just have to start planning for this stuff sometimes in like January, February, May, you know, whatever. And then things change before it's time to go. So
well,
I'm glad to hear you're going still.
Just a quick, it's convenient that we're mentioning this, but a quick shout out. So Michael, who was just our latest subscriber, also does say, just got my 4-day last Saturday. I decided to go last minute. Everything I wanted is sold out. LOL. Got a room.
No problem.
Just going to wing it for 4 days. That's amazing.
No problem. That's how I experienced my first Gen Con. Almost.
Yes.
Almost.
Love that.
Yes. Not a problem.
Yes.
So that's why I'm saying, if I can't repeat everything today, but like literally if you're watching this and you're interested in Gen Con still and you're not, you could go, you can usually go most years that I've been last minute. There have been a couple of years where it's sold out or certain badges sold out, and they usually let you know and it's too late and you can't just walk in. But you could probably walk in next week and buy a badge on site for the day you're going. Like you could be driving through town and stop by for a few hours, buy a badge for that day, and then leave if you wanted to, just to see what's going on. You could get a badge for a couple days. You could get a badge for all 4 days, whatever you want. It's not too late right now, but if you're watching this next year, the year after, I can't, you know, I might not be able to help you, but hopefully you're watching this well in advance of the con and you already watched our other 2 videos. You should be thinking about Gen Con January/February. That's what I've learned, but you don't have to, because my first Gen Con, 2013,
Yes.
I found out about Gen Con in like May or June or something. And the only thing that drove me to go there originally was a Game of Thrones, the card game, first edition tournament by Fantasy Flight Games, a game I just got into. I was super excited. I wanted to go. I watched videos all about it. And I was like, man, Gen Con. Oh, that's drivable. What the hell is Gen Con? I don't know, but they do this tournament there. So I went. They still had tickets for the tournament. I got a ticket. I told a friend. He said he'd go with me. He got a ticket. And the 2 of us went to play in that tournament. And then we started looking up videos of what the hell is Gen Con, basically after we decided to go. And then we started seeing the dealer hall, the exhibit hall or whatever, and all like what's behind us right here, and all the games being sold and people running and killing each other for games. And I mean, you don't run, walk fast for games, and all the excitement and the new releases and early releases and people playing games 24/7 everywhere. It's nuts. And we were blown away. We were overwhelmed. It was nuts, you know? We're just bumping into people that we see online, and it was crazy. Fun times. But I literally planned it, I feel like, last minute. But you're doing it even way more last minute. But I also look for events. I look for Lord of the Rings LCG events. I look for other board games I was playing at the time. I was new to the hobby, and I was like, had been in it for less than a year. And I looked for every game we played, and all the events were sold out, except for that tournament event. But man, I did not have enough time to do everything there, and I had like no events. And then we learned about the generic tickets, and we were just going to events on the fly. We walked by a room like, what's going on in here? Oh, it's this game. We're like, oh, that sounds fun. Yeah, you just need 1 generic ticket. Come on in. We're like, okay, what's a generic ticket? We get it. We go on the event. Then we're sitting there Friday night, like, what are we going to do? You're never bored. There's always something if you want to go and explore or ask people. And boom, we were like wandering. We separated. We just started finding so many things to do. The 2 of us just separated like the whole con almost. We just checked in with each other like at night. We went in the morning. We met at the hotel. And we drove in. And then we're like, okay, I'm going to this thing. You're going to that thing? Okay, I'll see you later. Then we bump into each other at lunchtime. We're like, oh, what did you find? Oh, what's that game you bought? But man, we were like, not enough time to do everything. So do not worry. There's always something to do. You will not be bored.
And you may still get into those events that were sold out.
Yes.
So good luck to you.
Exactly. And how Mel? What can they do if they're like, I found an event I really want to go, but it's sold out? What do you do?
So I would have generics enough for that event.
No, the wrong answer. You say, shut up, Rob. You go watch the second episode where I talk all about events. No, I'm just joking.
You're right.
I just made
I was going to say that originally, but then I thought you really wanted me to lead into it.
Quickly, we could say, you could say, yes, you can find generics that equal the price. So generics are like $2 a pop. If the event you're missing out on is $10, go buy 5 generics at least. You can buy them at the show on site, or you can order them online. They'll show up in your envelope for all your event tickets you pick up on whenever you go to Will Call. If you order them online after you've already picked up your badges and stuff the first day, or whenever you arrive, you can still go back to Will Call and your stuff will be there for you to pick up again. And you could just show up to the room. show up early, 15 minutes before your event, tell them you're there with generics, and if somebody doesn't show up to the event or canceled, you can slide on in. The earlier you get there, the better. But you can, probably 95% of the time, I've gone to an event I missed out on getting tickets for with generics. I've gotten in and didn't miss the event. You just have to be there early. Find out where it is. It could be in a hotel that's a 30-minute walk from where you're standing. Get there early. Like, plan it. Don't joke around, because other people will be doing the same thing. Okay?
Yep.
So
well, Michael does say, got my generic tickets after watching your last video. So Michael's prepared.
Perfect. Perfect.
Did you tell me to shut up? If you did, I didn't even notice. They're saying it would be funny for me to tell you to shut up.
No.
I don't think you said that.
No.
Okay.
They're probably like...
I think they're just messing with me.
I hope so. I don't know.
We were joking around. Oh, he did. It's totally fine. We were totally joking there.
What? All right. I told Mel she needs to talk a bunch, because in these videos, I just have so much information I'm trying to spill out. I put together even a little PowerPoint so I don't forget what to talk about. I have notes and everything. But then I remembered, oh yeah, Mel's here with me and she knows all this stuff too. So
well, some you know more of than me, I think.
I know. And I kind of go through this stream in my head for like months, trying to think of like, what would I say? What would I need to spill? What do I not repeat? What do we do? I watch my last streams trying so I don't repeat too much, because those were months ago. So we're going to try to stay on task. We only have so many hours. We're going to just dump information at you and then we'll kind of talk questions. But apologize if you're new to the channel, but it's like Rob's gaming table. I'm the host. I'm not trying to shut her up and she just sits here looking pretty, but it might just happen, okay?
No, it's totally fine.
We didn't rehearse this. We're not reading off a teleprompter where it's like Mel's turn to speak,
No.
Rob's turn to speak, you know? We're just kind of doing this live, winging it a little bit, but we have some notes. So I'm going to throw it over to Mel sometimes to answer, but yeah.
No, that was like a joke anyways.
I know they're joking, but
I
just need to like, I remember some people comment, they're like, oh, I hate YouTube channels where the host just never shuts up and lets the other people at the table talk, but Mel isn't exactly the most vocal person, and neither is Kyle, who plays on the stream. He's a very quiet dude. So, like, someone has to talk, and that's me. So, yeah. Otherwise, it would be a pretty boring stream, like some of the other board game streams I tune into where nobody's saying a damn word, and I'm just like, what's going on? Like, why isn't anyone saying anything? So, yeah. Is your mic level low or off?
Oh, whose? Mine or Rob's?
I don't know. Mine's on.
Mine's on. Should be.
Yeah. Uh-oh. What do you mean? Locator, what do you mean? I don't know. It looks like I'm not spiking as usual, but
he's probably not screaming, but
yeah, you probably have to turn up a little bit versus other streams. I'm using different audio equipment that I'm purposely not spiking or trying to spike, and I can't.
Oh, your levels are good. Okay.
Yeah, it should be fine. You might just have to turn it up compared to other streams, because I've been just playing with different audio stuff lately. This is like the audio mic a setup that I'm going to be using like from Gen Con, like wirelessly. So I'm just testing it out and seeing the battery life and like the sound quality. And then I'll watch the stream back later and see if it cuts out or wireless issues in our home. But our home probably has like too much wireless interference based on all the stupid stuff around us, all the lights and things. But should be better at the con. But yeah, I'm just testing it out to make sure. Like, I'm going to bring a couple audio solutions, but I'm trying a new one that we didn't use yet out in the field, so I'm just going to see. Hopefully it works. Anyways.
A lot of people are saying it sounds good, so.
Should be fine. It just, again, the audio level is, I can see it's a little lower than normal, but I don't want to turn it up because then we'll start getting distortion and stuff, so it's like that fine balance. Anyways. All right. Let's go with, let's go with kind of the presentation part. So I'm gonna just dump a bunch of information. I have some slides. It's kind of organized. I'll dump, and then we'll kind of, you guys drop things in the chat as we go if you want. And if you're watching this later, turn on the chat archive. You should be able to see what everyone's saying. If anyone has any questions, any locals have any extra tips, you have some additional information that might help people, drop it in the chat if you're live, drop it in the comments later if you're watching. Kind of anyone who's watching this, check the comments. You might find some additional stuff down there that might be relevant, or maybe relevant for future years when someone's dropping in that, oh, that restaurant you mentioned is closed now, or this new restaurant's open, you should check out there. All those kind of things, or like, oh, that event doesn't happen anymore, or this event moved to here. Like, drop it in the comments, might help other people. I don't know if we'll do this exact same thing every year. We might do a more casual one and just kind of point to these 3 streams, but it's a lot of work and a lot of time to do these, and I'll kind of just, we'll maybe keep it casual next year before Gen Con. We'll just do like a Q&A.
Yeah.
Answer like loose questions, but we'll probably just direct most people to those videos and not repeat everything.
And save your questions Save your
Yes.
questions. Okay, we're going to go through some things
Yeah.
first, and then we will kind of open it up to questions. So don't put them in yet, because we will ignore them.
Exactly. Yes. I will delete you. I mean, what? All right. That's the website. Oh, yeah. I guess just start off with that. If you're looking for specific information from the horse's mouth, straight from the horse's mouth, not from us, two idiots who just go to Gen Con as attendees who don't, like, you can't experience everything. Going 10 years, you can't experience everything. You always try something new, explore different places, try to see what you can. But man, there is way too much there, too much to do, too much to see. Not everything there is for me. So I don't know everything. Things might be important to you that I won't mention. Things might be not important to you that I do mention. So check the website, gencon.com. We are going to Gen Con Indy, which is not the online version, not the TV version, not the store version. It's the actual Gen Con in Indianapolis, Indiana. And if you want to know exactly what Gen Con is, we'll kind of fill in the blanks here a little bit. But I talked at length about it for like an hour in the first stream. Go there. But anyways, there's the dates coming up soon. But yeah, all the information's here. There's tabs on this website. You want to find out anything, you want to browse along while we're looking at this, if you have another monitor or you have your phone, you're watching on your TV, your console or whatever, if you have a second screen while you're consuming this content, bring up the website, browse along with us, look up things in there. You can find the information there, all the updated information. If something changed, it's there, okay? Don't get mad at me because something became out of date or changed. I don't work for Gen Con, okay? Just let's be clear about that. Don't message me about your brand new game and asking me how to promote it at the convention. I don't work for Gen Con, okay? I don't want to hear it. All right, none of that. Don't start asking me who do I email for things. I don't want those emails. I give you the information. Go there. This is just a little bit of info to help you of the much research you should do on your own. Full disclosure, open and honest. Deal with it. Russell, thank you so much for clicking that join button down below and supporting the channel. It's with donations like yours that allow us to go to crazy conventions like this and buy more games than we probably should and play them for you on the channel. And cameras and lights and microphones and all these kind of things to play around with. Thank you.
Russell, thank you so much.
Russell, thank you for supporting the channel.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Without you, it wouldn't be possible here. So call now and donate at PBS. Keep us on the air. Russell, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you.
At RGT, your donations help keep us alive. All right. Anyways, okay. Slide time. This is my super advanced, not whipped together, using no skill PowerPoint presentation. Because if I start taking PowerPoints too seriously, I feel like my old jobs and I don't want to do that. So here you go. I just whipped something together quickly. So this is Gen Con Planning Part 3. Okay. The first two parts. All right. Already technical difficulties. There, again, I keep mentioning it, but the first streams and videos, Part 1 and Part 2, you'll find in the video description. Even Part 4, where we're going to go over the games list that's on BoardGameGeek.com, the incomplete list that is always having stuff added, but doesn't have everything added that's going to be at the con. A lot of publishers don't really like to share information with BoardGameGeek.com, so they keep stuff close, and you go to the convention, there's always surprises, always things that aren't there. But we'll talk about some of the things we know. We'll talk about some of the things from that list. We'll do that on Monday. It's already scheduled. You can set a reminder for it. That kind of stream we'll do every year because that changes every year.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
So if you're watching this and you're like, oh, I want to watch that for this year or the next year, or whatever year you're watching this episode, check the channel. It might already be scheduled. And you can come join us live and bring up games, and we'll look at games and we'll talk about what games we're interested in. But that is next episode. And again, it's in the playlist down below. So yeah, Part 1 covered badges, what Gen Con is, parking, hotels. Part 2 covered events, the event catalog, the wish list and booking system. All that information, if you're watching in a future year and you're like, oh, I want to know all about how events work and how to book them and whatever, I'm not going to talk about that today. Go there. But reminder, if you're watching this live or you're watching this close to a Gen Con, before a Gen Con starts, Gen Con for us literally is in a week. Events are still being added. Events are being removed. People are canceling tickets. They're adding spots all the time. When an event cancels, that space opens up, and sometimes publishers will expand into those spaces, and people running events and DMs and stuff will expand their event to add more people to the events. So you can go check the events all the time. Every day there's new updates, new events, new spots, new things happening, even throughout the convention. Literally on a Saturday, there could be an event added for Saturday night or the next day, or something adds 10 more seats. Happens all the time, okay? So check events. Just because we talked about it back in May, they're still changing. There was events that opened up. I got in the Star Wars Unlimited demo because Fantasy Flight Games didn't add events for that till like a month ago or something. And I was like, oh crap. So I went in the system and there were some spots open. So keep checking. I should check more often than I do, but I don't want to book that many events. But if you're still going, events will keep being added. So if there's an event you couldn't find, go check it. There might be more seats again.
Or if it was sold out,
Yep.
check
Yep.
again and again.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. Or just new events. If there's like a game that you're a publisher that you like, they might not submit their events till like literally close to the con. Or they might have wanted to submit events, but Gen Con said, sorry, we're full. And then people canceled events and opened up spaces, and then they give those rooms to those publishers that wanted to add more events, and those kind of things happen. So there you go. Okay. Is this really the next one? Yeah. Okay. So we're going to talk about travel prep, what to pack, kind of what we think about the week before Gen Con, okay? So that you're like going to get some of these things done. I'll let Mel kind of go through this one.
Sure.
Because she does all this stuff pretty much.
Yes, I do like to make lists and lists and lists of lists and what I need to do. But some of the important things that we've picked out that we try to do ahead of time is first, you want to make sure that you have comfortable shoes. There's a lot of walking in Gen Con. Ideally, you would want to have your shoes worked in before Gen Con. Like, try not to buy them like the day before you leave because, you know, you might have some issues. Try to get them worked in, but you don't want to wear uncomfortable shoes and walk around all day. There's a ton of walking. There's walking on cement. There's walking outside. There's walking up and down stairs potentially. Like, make sure your feet are comfortable because when you have sore feet, it leads to like sore legs and back, and then you just don't want to be there anymore and you're grumpy. So having comfortable shoes is like
Where do you get
number
that?
one.
Hold on. Where do you get that determination
Well,
from?
I think myself too, right? Like if my back is hurting because my feet are hurting, or if I have a blister on my foot, I like don't want to walk anymore, right? And it's just uncomfortable. So comfortable shoes, I feel like that's number one. You need comfortable shoes, and if you can break them in ahead of time, that would be the best case scenario.
And one stat I heard online, somebody said somewhere, was supposedly the average attendee at Gen Con, who's there for the 4 or 5 days, whatever, walks an average of 10 miles a day. If you're walking around and seeing things, events, to the parking lot, to your Uber, whatever, out to get food, back to the con, go to the gaming area, go to a hotel for an event, run to another hotel for an event, you know, all over the place. Supposedly 10 miles a day. I don't know what a mile is.
Yeah, I don't know how much that is.
Because we're not American. We don't use that outdated system. I don't know what it equals in kilometers. I think it's like 2.5 kilometers is a mile. But whatever. Anyways, I'm just trying to
It's a lot of walking.
I'm just trying to make fun here. But
so if you know how far 10 miles is.
Yeah, but it's in the US, so I figured we'd use the miles because that's what I heard is 10 miles a day. So you guys know what that means. That's a lot of kilometers. And yeah, that's a lot of wear and tear on your shoes and your feet and your back and all that.
Yeah. So along with that, you also want to, or we like to have a backpack to carry things. But there's some stipulations in what type of backpack you may want to bring with you. You want to make sure that it's not too big. They make those, what are those backpacks called? Those, I don't know, board game backpacks?
BoardGameTables.com.
That are humongous.
Yes, they sell or give away giant
they're
backpacks
huge.
there.
And they are just like you could turn and you could like knock a whole shelf over. They're so big.
I've seen people knock people over, hit kids in the face. Like,
they're huge.
Yeah, knock stuff off shelves, piss people off. Yeah, so not to mention, to fill that in, sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
They are big and annoying. They're great though. We have one. They're great to take board games to board game night or to the board game store to transfer them. Those bags are freaking awesome. But I hate the way they sell them at the con, then people right away put them on their back and start filling them with games and making them really heavy. Because it's bad to carry around such a big bag that's so heavy for your legs, for your feet, walking on cement floors, all that stuff too. So not just it's too big and annoying to people, but it's also going to be a pain for you and your legs and your knees and your back and all that. They're meant to just kind of put on your back to take your board games from your car into the store or into your friend's house. They're not made to walk around for 12 hours the whole day carrying all your board games in a bag. So it's annoying.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure on your shoulders and your back. So yeah, that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and then so leading kind of into that, so you want to make sure that it's kind of like the right size, that it you know fits nice. You can fit some things in it, and it's not going to hurt your back and shoulders. As you go around and buy games, you will ideally receive bags to put those in. A lot of the companies like to have like logoed bags, so you're walking around with their logo as you're walking through the con, right? It's like advertising. However, some of those companies do run out of bags, or some companies in general just run out of bags as we get closer to the end of the con. there's nothing you can do in those cases. But having a backpack that you can throw some small items in, some small bags in, is definitely a good thing.
So, addition to the running out of bags thing, yeah, publishers will have those nice bags. By like
Yeah.
day 2 or 3, you go to their booth and you buy another game, and they're like, "Yeah, sorry, we have no bags left." So then you're like carrying all these games around your hand. Pro tip though, the first day you're going to get bags. Even Gen Con gives you a bag
Oh,
after
yeah.
you get your badge. Take that bag, fold it up, put it in your backpack. And then when you buy games, take that bag out of your backpack, put all your games in it, carry them, go dump them off at your car or your hotel room or whatever. And then keep the bag though. Fold it back up, put it back in your backpack, carry it around with you.
Yeah, for the next day.
You will need those bags, especially when it gets to day 3 and 4. Booths won't have bags left, and then you don't want to be in that situation. So carry the bags with you. Put a couple back in your backpack every morning, and even if you walk stuff back to the car midday, grab the bags back and put them in your backpack and go back in the con. So you're not left carrying a giant game or a bunch of games around like an idiot and having to walk them back to your car and drop them all over the place and stuff, okay?
The other thing for me is I love to have a backpack that I can throw smaller games into, so I don't have bags in my hand. If I can walk around with hands free to be able to like touch games, demo things, pick things up, that's better for me instead of having to put bags down on the floor and then hope I don't forget them. So that's backpacks. Some things to start thinking about now is if you need prescription refills, doing those, don't leaving them to the last minute. We like to bring like pain relievers, Tylenol, Advil, those kind of things. Again, you will maybe get a headache, you may get back pain, things like that. So having some pain relievers, not a bad idea. Allergy medications, if you have any allergies, sometimes being around people with different animals and scents and things like that could trigger allergies. So we like to bring allergy medication. And I always bring Band-Aids for a couple of reasons. Blisters, if you get blisters on your feet, they're good. If you get cuts on your hand, paper cuts, if you're like playing games, shuffling cards, whatever, and you get like, a torn hangnail or something, Band-Aids are just always good to have.
Or when you're
So
unboxing that brand new game
yeah,
so fast
exactly.
and so
You like
excited.
slice your hand open.
Yep, you're so tired, but it's like 3 in the morning and you're opening a game you just bought that day to play with some friends on the floor of a hotel somewhere in a table in a
Yeah.
lobby, and you're just like opening it so fast and careless, those cuts can happen and ruin your weekend. So yeah.
I mean, I only bring little bandages, but you never know, I guess, what
Yeah,
can happen.
exactly. Don't forget the inhaler, exactly.
Yeah, so any kind
Yeah.
of prescription that you might need, right?
Yep. I just refilled mine yesterday actually. We got to pick it up.
Yes.
So that I have a nice full inhaler for bringing to the con.
Yeah, so any kind
Absolutely.
of medications is definitely make sure you have them in advance so that you're ready to go. Snacks, this is an interesting one. So first thing, you will lose track of time in there. When you're inside the exhibit hall, there's no windows. You don't know what's happening. It's kind of like
A
a mimic to a
casino
casino, right? Where you're in
or
there and
Walmart.
time's just passing
Yep.
and you have no idea and you're just like
Yep.
lost up and down the halls of games. You're just looking
Yep.
at games. You're just like in heaven, right?
Or
Or
hell,
whatever. So,
depending.
but you might lose track of time. You're not going to eat necessarily. So we like to bring snacks in our bags. So like mixed nuts, like a trail mix, granola bars, things that you can easily eat as you walk or sit kind of off to the side and eat, so that you're not starving. Again, then you hopefully don't get the headaches and all of that from not eating. So we like to bring snacks in our bag and we pick those up ahead of time so that we're ready. Refillable water bottle. They do have water stations all around the convention. So definitely if you can bring a water bottle so that you can refill that as you go. Go ahead.
Are they all cold
No.
and working and fresh tasting water?
I think they're all working. They're not cold. Maybe
Not all
day
of them.
one.
Yeah, not all
If
of
you
them.
find a cold one, remember where that is.
Yeah.
And do they all taste good? No. And now I don't know. Maybe people that live there think they do.
No, some don't taste good because the water's warm and it's gross.
Yeah.
And the filters probably need to be changed on some of them. But it feels like during the con, like some of
It
them
gets
work great
worse.
the first day, but then no one checks them and fills them in or repairs them or anything. So
Yeah.
just understand if you taste one that's like a warm refill water station or tastes gross, just remember that one mentally. Don't use it. Go find one that's working. Because the first year when they installed them, everyone was great. It was
Yeah, it
all
was
awesome.
perfect.
The next year we went, we trusted everyone, but they don't invest and keep the money up. It's the convention, not so much Gen Con. It's like the Indianapolis Convention Center. I feel like they don't really check those things and maintain them very well. So just FYI.
Yeah.
Some of them get more used and abused than others. So there's some hidden upstairs and things. But yeah, there are refill stations. Maybe they repaired them all this year. Maybe they're all new ones. Maybe they're great. We don't know. We only go there once a year. But the last 2 times they've been like, yeah, no, there's been a few that are like, what the hell
Like
happened here?
undrinkable, I found
Yeah,
some of
freaking
them.
gross.
They were gross.
Yeah.
And I don't think we're that posh on water.
No.
Like, we drink regular tap
There is
water.
ways to buy water there, but it's all expensive. It's
Yeah.
overpriced. It's like going to a sporting event, and there's like concession stands there, but everything's jacked up in price. So just FYI, it's just easier to bring a refillable water bottle to fill it.
And I would recommend drinking water while you're there to
Yeah.
avoid headaches.
We'll
and,
talk about that. It's
yeah.
on a different slide, Mel. Don't get ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Anyways, just joking. Not really, but anyways, I wanted to Walmart. Stacy laughed, but it's true. Working in retail and stuff, I learned about this. How casinos are designed with no windows, no clocks. They keep you in there. They're meant to lose track of time. You get in the flow. You spend money. Okay. The dealer hall, exhibit hall, whatever it's called, is designed the same way. So is Walmart. Walmart or big box stores are designed the same way. You will not find a clock. You will not find a window. They usually try to hide what time of day it is outside, unless it saves them money on lighting. They'll actually have the windows on the top. But I used to work in retail industry and worked closely with the guys who designed restaurants and buildings and stores, and they taught me all this stuff. I was kind of blown away with how they design these things for that purpose. But yeah, that's why I say Walmart. Think about it for a minute. It's just designed the exact same way. You go in, you forget what time it is. Actually the layout of the store is meant to get you lost. The exhibit hall is the exact same way. The aisles don't always go front to back. You can't navigate Gen Con, and it's on purpose so that you'll walk in an aisle and you'll hit a dead end midway and you don't know which way to go. Now all of a sudden you're turned around and you're finding things you maybe weren't looking for, and then all of a sudden you're buying things you weren't meaning to buy. It's designed that way, so just keep that in mind. As long as you're aware of it, then you won't get abused like the consumers we are from the marketing geniuses that have studied human behavior. But yeah, it's a serious thing. I wasn't joking when I said that.
He always jokes and says, like, if we go into Walmart, it's at least an hour minimum. Like, you just get lost in there for an hour, no matter what you're going in there to buy.
It's all designed that way. Costco, any of these big box stores, they all follow that same mentality. They've proven it increases spending. It's a thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I think refill water bottles kind of covered. Battery packs and chargers for your phone. I guess if you have one of those, what are those ones called? Those little portable.
Just a battery charger pack, whatever. They're all different.
Yeah, so that you can keep your phone charged throughout the day for taking photos. If you're communicating with friends and people that you're playing games with, you'll have charged up phone. I think they have charging stations as well. So if you have chargers, you can use those charging stations.
So yeah, at some of the tables out by the eating areas, there's USB ports on them.
Yeah.
But then you don't want to be stuck there forever. If you could pop out a game and play it there, but then you're missing out on other things happening too. So the portable chargers are best. They're cheap on Amazon. You put one in your backpack, have a USB cable, go into your phone or whatever, and you're good to go. The last part, car maintenance.
Okay, you can talk about that because.
Well, no, I'm not going to talk about it too much. It's something we mentioned last year. It's actually a new tip that I learned about because on Reddit somebody mentioned, hey, tip that I never hear anyone mention is car maintenance. So I've linked that Reddit post down below where someone who knows more about cars than me, as I don't know much. But they posted the things you might want to check. So if you don't know car repairs very well, they list what you might want to have checked by your local mechanic or by yourself, or your neighbor, somebody you know who knows cars. The things you might want to check if you're going on a road trip like we do. We drive for 8 to 10 hours to get there. So we go get our car like checked out a little bit and all that kind of stuff before we go. Make sure we have our AAA or CAA, whatever you want to call it. Our roadside assistance card is all valid and everything. Yeah, so we just don't want to get stopped on the side of the road and be miss the first day of the con or something weird, and don't want to get stuck on a highway in the middle of the night on the drive back or anything like that. So car maintenance, you want more info and you want to hear some horror stories, go check that Reddit post in the video description. There's people talk about issues that happened to them because they didn't get their car checked out before going.
I didn't read that, but
and ruined their con and missed the con and stuff. So
oh no.
Yeah, it's a serious thing. So if you're driving to the con like a 12-hour freaking road trip, 20-something hour road trip, like a lot of people do, coming from Canada or the US or whatever, go read that post. Go, get some info there if you're not sure what to kind of check on your car. But just a tip, I thought it was good to share. Something no one really thinks about. You always just think how to buy stuff at the con, what to do at the con. But it's like, man, if your car falls apart on you or something bad happens, you don't know how to deal with it, you're going to miss the con, right? So a lot of people fly, though, so this is not
it's not relevant if you
That's why I'm not going to go into it too much, but there's a link down below where it's kind of listed and discussed and all that from last year. So cool. All right, this is what I'm going to talk about. This is the hunter. This is the hunter that's instinctively built in us as humans to survive and be survival the fittest and compete and get those goodies that you need to get to survive. That is, all those skills will matter for this slide here. I call it planning the exhibit hall attack. It's literally like robbing a casino. It's like Ocean's 11 is how I treat this, where I spread out maps, I dim the lights at home. We're like looking up information. We have computers with like 25 monitors on them. We're trying to like figure out the security systems and look at floor plans and all that stuff. This is how you're going to get the limited early releases, exclusives, things that are important to you that are in the exhibit hall. So the exhibit hall, what is it? It's basically where all the booths are, where the games are sold, the new games are demoed, things are shown off, things are sometimes for sale, promos are given out, behind the scenes exclusive stuff, surprise things, all the goodies are in there, all the goodies, okay? And it's locked, and it's only open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day of the con, from Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And Sunday, it closes at 4 when the convention ends. Okay, so it's a little earlier. So this, you'll see us last year, we were live streaming outside of this. You go early if you want to get there. There's multiple entrances. They every day have ropes. They have security. You got to show your badge. You go in, single file, don't run safely. But certain booths will have limited exclusives, only 100 copies of stuff per day. So people go there pretty aggressively hunting and trying to kill each other. Similar to Black Friday, but more organized and much nicer and friendlier, okay? Mm-hmm. So the exhibit hall is just where all the publishers are. And here I can show you this. This is the exhibit hall map, okay? It's huge. Hundreds and hundreds of booths, okay? You can find this on Gen Con's website. You can find the Gen Con app. You can find it in the program guide. This is literally all the publishers. Look at all those little, you know, anyone who's heard of a phone book back in the day? This looks like a phone book, you know, listing of all the publishers and their booth numbers. And they're mixed in everywhere. They're all over the place. Some of it's organized, but this is the exhibit hall. Okay? This is a very small fraction of the floor print of the entire convention that spreads multiple buildings, multiple properties, multiple hotels, sports stadiums, underground, above ground, everywhere. It's all over the place. Out in the streets. Gen Con takes over the whole downtown of Indianapolis. This is just a small part of it, but it's huge. Okay? This, I used to describe this to people before we went to the con. I just say, picture like 3-ish probably, maybe 2 to 3-ish like Walmart supercenters, if you know, like giant big box stores. But instead of like aisles of clothing and groceries and knickknacks and home junk and all that, it's just board game booths, board game booths, board game booths everywhere. Clothing, arts, crafts, artists, authors, accessories, RPG stuff, like toys, tons of things. It's just everything like tabletop gaming, nerd kind of culture related is all in here. It's tons of places. You can't see this all in a day. You could walk up and down each aisle and get it done in a day, but you won't stop and look at every booth. You can't. Tons of stuff. This is what I'm talking about. This is the exhibit hall. This is the map. So you find the publisher you like, you find what they're bringing there, and you plan your route. And if it's something limited, find an entrance. Okay, you see there's entrances right here. See this exhibit hall entrance down here at the bottom? Okay, there's a bunch of entrances. There's one on the left, 2, 3, 4, and then one behind my head here. 5 entrances to this thing. So find the entrance that's close to where you need to get on the day you're going. Some companies will have limited quantities every day. Sorry, I don't know what's happening here.
It's okay.
But yeah, so you gotta pick where the booths are you need to go, find out what's there, find out what you're trying to get. Some publishers don't even go in the exhibit hall anymore. There's side rooms where they rent entire rooms that are just outside the exhibit hall or upstairs above the exhibit hall. So you find out where the game is you want to get that's limited quantities or the promo you're trying to grab or whatever it is, or just avoid all this together if you don't care about any of it. Stay away from the exhibit hall doors between like 9 and 10-ish a.m. and go in after when it's all clear. But it's a big rush of people going in the exhibit hall, trying to get what they want and get the goodies, okay? And that's why you need to plan your attack, okay? So there's the hours. So again, determine what games, booths, publishers, rooms, etc. are most important to you and prioritize that. Like I said, some companies, like this year, the hotness is Lorcana, a Disney collectible card game published by Ravensburger. It's a first place to get it. It's out a couple weeks before it's in stores. So, I mean, don't worry, just wait and buy it later. You don't go here for that. But some people are. Some people are trying to scam. They're buying badges for friends and trying to use those badges to get extra product. But they're actually have security they've hired. They're checking ID to match it to the badge to make sure you are who you are. And you're not just the same dude coming up with 3 other badges you bought of fake people. You can't pick up a badge unless you have your government ID matching who you are in any way at Gen Con's will call. But there are crazies this year who are literally trying to like scalp product. But if you want to get to Lorcana's room and buy all this stuff, find out where it is. But they are actually having, they're going to scatter a certain amount of product each day. So yes, they'll sell out of the stuff in a few minutes every morning, but you can go the next morning and try again, or the next morning and try again, or the next morning and try again, or sign up for an event and get something there. But yeah, so that's just an example. But for the game you might like, they might be giving away a promo card or a little mini expansion that they have 500 of that they're only going to have the first day and then they're gone, or the first 2 days and they're gone, or they'll limit some per day. Like I remember Horrified.
Yep.
We went to their booth. You went there like 3 days in a row, and it was like the third day you finally got one.
And I think I got one of the last one or two that were left.
Yeah. So it's like things like that. Just be persistent. Prioritize what is really important to you because you can't get everything. Okay, especially if other people are interested in it. So that's why the prioritize. Also prioritize what you're going to see in the hall in general throughout the day. You can't take the time to demo every game in the hall. You can't stop by every single booth and see everything. Time flies, so prioritize. Okay. So pick your favorite things, make a list. Every day you get back to your hotel or whatever, plan your next day. What did you see? Cross some things off, add some new things that you want to go back and check out, and just try to get a few things done. But literally, your whole con can be based around this 10 to 6 room. And then after that, it's like meals and chilling and go and play games with friends and whatever. But I find this, just this room can take up my whole convention pretty much. There's so much to demo and see and buy and try and check out and be told about and all these things there. So many things, right? And like I said, time will just fly. The other thing is keep checking the BGG Gen Con preview list, which again we'll be looking at next stream. They keep adding new games, but not all the games are there. Not all the products are there. Not all the demo, not all the for sale stuff. Not every publisher works with that website. You might think all the games that are at Gen Con are on there, but that is a lie. That is not a thing. Some publishers don't want to tell anybody anything and just love to surprise people when they're there or drop stuff on their social media the morning of Gen Con and things like that, and then get everyone excited. So follow your favorite publishers on social media. Like I say, they're at the bottom behind my head to see what they're bringing. So if there's a publisher you care about that is going to the con, follow them on social media. However, whichever social media you use, send them an email, ask about it. They'll be talking about it already. Get on their email lists, all that stuff, okay? Because you won't be able to find it all just from BGG or whatever. And then there's the program guidebook, which is now online digitally. We might do a stream looking through this, but I'll see if I can fit that in this week. So stay tuned. There might be that's what I was talking about, the 5th episode. You can literally spend hours going through this program guide. I usually do it while I'm waiting in line there with a physical guide and look through it, or at the hotel at night when I'm chilling. I just kind of look through it the first night. After you pick up your badge, basically the Wednesday night before the con launches, you can grab these. They're in the hall. They're in like little booths you can grab whatever out in the hallway. But the program guidebook is here. It's online. I've linked it in the video description. You can find it down there and already look at the PDF and kind of plan your attack. But there's full of advertisements, full of limited stuff. There'll be stuff in here that nobody even knew was going to be there and for sale. But it lists all the maps, the highlights, info, all this stuff is printed. It's all here. You can read all about it. But there's physical copies of this at the con that you can sit and read through while you're waiting in lines and stuff. It's all there, okay? But we might go through this like page by page in another stream. I like doing that so that I'm ready for the con. And if there's anything in here I care about, I'm like kind of ready for it. And anyone else, we kind of get some pre-work done. Because again, time flies when you're there. You cannot do and see everything. So focus, pick a few things, prioritize, and go for it, right?
I like that they put the booth number as well. So you can plan your attack by reading through this and then saying, oh, I want to go to this booth.
Exactly. And the other thing is the coupon book. This will be handed out just after you get your badge at will call. You can go grab this. You can't see this beforehand. This is last year's. But also in here, we browse through this after we pick up our badge. I checked this out at the hotel the night before. And they will have special little accessories, coupons, advertisements, discounts, exclusive dice, blah, blah, blah. Come and get our limited this and that.
Promo cards,
all that stuff. Yeah. There'll be things in here you didn't know were going to be there. And you might need the coupon for it to get it at the booth. So it's a way for publishers to draw people to their booths. And they usually give you a discount or a deal or an exclusive thing. But yeah, go grab the coupon book when you're there at the show. And it also could help you plan your attack. Okay, it's part of the Ocean's 11 planning, right? I got
Mhm.
this out. I got my program guide. I got the maps of the floor. I got our ninja costumes, our weapons, all these things we need to make sure we get the stuff before you do. No, I'm just joking.
You might also be lucky and think, I'm going in with plan, I'm going to buy this game. Then
Yeah.
you get this coupon book and you're like,
Yep.
10% off, even better,
Yeah,
right? So
that's true.
yeah,
That's
so
true.
check it out because you never know.
Yeah, then you're winning.
Yep.
You are winning.
More money for other games.
Yes. More food if you need that. But
depends what you prioritize,
yeah,
right?
that's iffy. All right, where is it? All right, so that's all I have to say about planning your attack. Okay. Will call procedure. You can talk about this one, Mel. I think you know all this stuff by now.
Okay.
And some of it I already mentioned, the program guide, the coupon book, and bag. You can skip that. We already mentioned that.
Okay.
For
so
example.
Will call is where you will go to pick up your event tickets, your badge, if you were not mailed your tickets and badge, or if you bought badges and tickets after the restriction ended where they are not mailing them out anymore. Will call hours are Wednesday from noon to 2 a.m., which is technically Thursday morning. So then Thursday to Saturday, 7 a.m. to 11, and Sunday from 7 a.m. to 3. This is also, you can also buy generics and not here, right?
Generics
I
are
don't
a
know they're
different
merging. I thought
booth.
they were merging them. I thought I saw, but anyway.
It is part of the same, like, it's in the same hallway. You'll see
It's like right
generics and
beside.
customer
Okay.
service and coupon book and will call badges are all part of the same area. You can see it
Okay.
all from standing in front of it. But the other thing to mention about the mail list stuff, if you're international,
Oh yeah,
you cannot get stuff mailed to you. So keep that in mind. You might think majority of people are US, majority of people bought their event tickets and their badges early and got them shipped to them. That is not the case. I bet more than half, if not most, didn't get their badges ahead of time. They didn't sign up for shipping. They don't trust the shipping. Things get lost.
Yeah.
Or they're international. People come from all around the world to Gen Con. A lot of Canadians go and stuff too. And all those people are going to be filling up the line on Wednesday before the con, trying to get their badge, get their tickets and stuff like that.
And Thursday morning.
And Thursday morning and Friday morning.
Any day there's a line. But yes, if you go on Wednesday when it opens at noon to any time I think before the con actually physically starts, there will be a long line.
Yep.
We have waited in a long line, like outside of the building. It is so long.
Mhm.
So just be prepared. Know that you're going to wait. Have some patience with the staff that are working there, the volunteers that are working there, the people that are waiting in line with you. Have some patience. It moves quickly, but there will be a line. So just prepare yourself for that. Also, if you have events or anything, give yourself time to pick up your badge if you need to do that prior to any events. If you're picking up your tickets and badge on Thursday and you have an event at a specific time, make sure you leave yourself enough time that you can pick up your badge, get to your event, and do all of that. It does move quick, but there is usually a line. We talked about the program guide, the book. As Rob said, it's kind of like a little conveyor. You get your badge, then you go and you get your program book, and you get your coupon book, and you get like your tote bag and
the program guide you can get anywhere around the con in the hall. You can get. I recommend grabbing that before you get in the line, actually, because you can read it while you're waiting.
Yeah.
Usually there's copies, and they keep refilling the copies throughout the con until the last day or two. But yeah.
And then Gen Con staff are on site for help if you need them.
They're
walking around everywhere. They have distinctive shirts on, so you definitely know that they're part of Gen Con. Ask them if you're lost, if you're trying to get to an event, if you need help with something. They're all so friendly and willing to help you.
All right, where to eat? Again, I have to preface this. Last year we mentioned this, and I have to talk about it ahead of time. We don't live locally. We don't. I just noticed this is like, yeah, I forgot to do this, and I even thought this would be a thing.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, that's annoying. Here we can do like this here. Yeah, like why did I put that on the right side? I don't know.
Didn't notice
there we go.
it.
Yeah, that's bugging me. I'm like, why is it a logo over logo? I should have just put it in the PowerPoint. But anyways, we go to the con and value our time. As content creators, part of the business, we want to go there and see and demo and get information and browse and look at games in the deal hall all day. And in the evening, I love chilling. I love sometimes just going back to the hotel and researching more stuff for the next day, kind of looking up some games I saw, go watch some videos, make some notes, edit some video, do a live stream after, chill with some fans of the channel in the gaming hall or something, play a game maybe. maybe do an evening event. But all that said, my time is I'm going there all focused on board games, board games, board games, not I need to check out a new restaurant. I don't care what is on my plate. I don't care what is being stuffed in my mouth. Yep, you can clip that. I don't care what I'm eating. It needs to be fast, quick. I don't care what it tastes like, nothing. All my time there is trying to be focused on those things, either demoing, consuming games, all that stuff, or resting up so I can do it again the next day. Okay? It's not about going out at night, spending 3 hours at a restaurant, drinking and eating and spending $100 on some steaks and stuff like that. We don't do that. That is not me. All my budget, I mean, I do this full time, so I'm making no money. You know this. Thank you all for your donations for helping me survive on ramen and mac and cheese. But we go here not to spend money on food. We don't save up any money for the food part of it. We pack snacks, like Mel said. We bring things in our bag so we can keep on the go and just pound back some nuts, some granola bars, some little...
So I like to buy those little packs that have like broccoli, ranch, cauliflower, carrot sticks, like already pre-cut
little
up,
lunch
like
snacks
little
and things.
Lunchables, but like the vegetable ones.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we just do that kind of stuff. We don't go out even to the food trucks sometimes. Maybe in the evening we'll do that because that doesn't take that long usually, unless it's lined up. We usually like to eat at the food trucks after hours, not during meal hours. Okay. So the places to eat that we know of, and we don't know everywhere, we're not local, again, we're not foodies, is in the convention center. There are concession stand kind of booths. There's little restaurants. They're all crappy food pretty much, but they're there. So if you're in the middle of a tournament, you have a 20-minute break and you need to get some food in you and you don't have anything in your backpack, go there, get some food quick, get some drinks, grab a coffee, whatever. It's food, it's coffee, but it's priced ridiculous because it's convenient. You don't need to leave anywhere, right? But they're there. That's your first kind of close option if you value time and gaming and don't care about money that much. The Georgia Street Beer Garden and food trucks and food stands outside is moving to South Street now. But I think it's the street between Lucas Oil Stadium and the Convention Center. So they're moving because I think there's construction being done or something. But we were told by Marion last time that they moved it. So it's now on South Street. So just keep that in mind. If you're watching this in a future year, it might be back on Georgia Street. I don't know. But it's been on Georgia Street for years, ever since we've been going. Mm-hmm. But they're supposedly moving it. So if you're going there and you're like, where the hell did it all go? It's around the corner, okay?
I'm sure you'll hear it and all of that when you're there.
Follow the smell of the food trucks.
Yeah.
But the food trucks are there so you can quickly run out and grab some food. What I hope they do is actually open the back of the exhibit hall so somehow people can get out and grab food, or at the back of the gaming hall can get out the back of the convention center to get to South Street or whatever, because, or not the back, the like side of it or something, because I guess it's still far away from the gaming area. That's the problem. That's why
it's far away from the gaming area, but yeah, it's closer to, yeah.
But it might be closer if you go out the other side. What I'm saying is there might be a way to go out some different doors if they open different doors.
To like come around the back end or something.
To get there quicker. I hope, because that's the part that sucks about the beer garden and that stuff. It is right next to the convention center, but the convention center is so huge, and all the gaming happens on the opposite side of the convention center.
Yeah.
So when you're gaming and you have a break in a tournament, to go run to the food trucks is like running blocks and blocks and blocks, it feels like.
And sometimes there's a lineup at the food trucks. Yeah.
But there are restaurants downtown Indianapolis, lots to try. People are probably dropping them in the comments right now, I see, or in the chat. Check the comments below. But another, walk further away. There are restaurants and stuff outside the con, but if the con's over, or like in the evening, the con's not over, but you know what I mean? Like you're done for the day at the con, or you want to take a break, walk a few blocks away. Gamers don't necessarily want to walk too far away from their gaming. So if you walk a few blocks away, you'll find a nice empty restaurant, fresh food, nice service, nice people. But if you go to a restaurant that's literally across the street, it will be busy all the time, especially during meal hours. The staff will be overworked and pissed. You won't get the best service. You probably won't get the best food. It's just a thing. And we've experienced that. But if you're just willing to walk a couple blocks, you'll walk into these restaurants. They're completely open and empty. They're so happy for you to be there. And it's hit or miss, but that's what my tip will give you. The mall food court is a place. I like going there actually. If I'm going to walk to the food trucks, the mall food court is not that much further because you can go to it through skywalks, which can keep you out of the heat, keep you out of the sun, keep you out of the rain. And yeah, it's connected all from the convention center. You just walk through some skywalks and boom, you're inside the mall. Food court's right there. grab some quick food, and the mall are usually fast, right? It's all about speed, getting you back shopping.
Variety as well.
Variety, lots of different places in there. I
Yep.
like it. It's fine. It's not jacked up prices. It's like normal mall food prices, And then I run back to the con. So that's where I'll go sometimes. Even for dinner, as soon as the dealer hall closes, I'll just walk there, grab some quick dirty food, get right back to the gaming hall, and then I have my whole evening of doing gaming or events or streaming or whatever we're gonna do, right? And it's not breaking the bank. Also, you can bring your own food and snacks. We talked about that, saving money for games and events. So bring those kind of things in your backpack, bags of nuts, granola bars, chocolate, whatever you need to keep you going.
And we always usually bring a lunch every day, so we don't eat lunch out.
We make little sandwiches or whatever, and then
Yeah.
we kind of just eat. We sit in the hallway, we eat them, and then we go right back to it.
Yep.
So that I'm not missing out on an hour in the middle of the dealer hall hours, the exhibit hall hours, when I want to be meeting with publishers and checking out booths and all that stuff.
I also feel less sluggish as well, because if
Yeah.
you're eating like
Yeah.
something that's a little bit more healthy at lunchtime.
Yeah, still some processed food
Yeah,
to it, but
but
it's,
I
you're not
mean,
like overeating.
We try to
and-
try to eat vegetables as well if we can.
And then again, check online maps of the area looking for restaurants, reviews, food sites, all that stuff. All of it applies. It's a major city, so you can go look if the restaurant you love is still there, or a restaurant you like is in Indianapolis, if they're not out of business, if people give them good reviews or whatever. Also search on the social media groups. I'll mention them at the end of the stream or at the end of the presentation, where you can go to talk to people who are Gen Con fans, who are local to Indy, and you can search up posts in there. Many good recommendations of different restaurant names and people updating what is closed this year, what you can get, what you can't get, what's cheap, what's new, all that stuff. We're not those people. I'm not there for you, but if you need to know more about it, if you're at Gen Con, you can literally post on those groups. People will answer you with 100 different recommendations, different types of food you're looking for. That's all there. But there's some info for you there that'll help you.
Oh, and Stacey's noting Chick-fil-A is no longer in the mall food court.
I don't really eat there anyway.
I think I've eaten at Chick-fil-A one time in my whole life.
Yeah, I used to eat it there at Cedar Point, but now they're not at Cedar Point anymore, so screw them. I don't care. Screw Chick-fil-A. That's right, not sponsored.
But I mean, I would
Never will be.
I would eat
Just
there.
kidding.
I like chicken sandwiches.
Yeah, they're okay. I don't know. I don't think it lives up to the hype, but
I don't know.
whatever. But thank you, Stacy, for the update. Stacy's local to Indy. She's
Well, one more. Michael has one more here and says, Wednesday or Sunday night, I like to hit the German family style restaurant. Also, if you're driving in through Fort Wayne,
here we go.
I like to hit the Golden Corral for a steak buffet.
Really? What was the other one? I think Jacko, you mentioned the one stream talking about something Station Steakhouse or whatever. What the hell was it called? I remember though. I looked it up too.
Is it a buffet?
No, it's
Oh.
like a high-end steak place. It's like,
Oh, I don't.
reminds us of some of our local ones here. But that's funny. The Fort Wayne thing. I think it was Fort Wayne also, right? I think it was Jacko that mentioned it. No, I don't. Oh, Rathskeller. That's one I've heard of before. It's a Stacy. Also, Basbo Pizza on Mass Avenue is supposedly something to check out.
Oh, do they sell slices?
I don't know how far Mass Avenue is, but I bet it's good.
Hold on, I just gotta note these down.
I just like quick. I like quick. Yeah, but if it's a
I know.
sit-down slow
No,
restaurant,
I know. That's
don't
what I'm
want
saying.
that.
Like, but if this pizza place just has a slice, you can just grab and keep going.
Yeah, if I can walk and eat those slices on my way back, that's good. Oh, maybe it was Matthew. Yeah, maybe it was Matthew that mentioned it.
No, I think it wasn't Matthew, because Matthew's flying from somewhere.
Oh, Stacy said Mike. James said Bakersfield and Fort. Oh, it's Bakersfield. Yeah, I
Oh,
forget who
Locator
mentioned it.
mentioned there was a steakhouse.
Yeah, St. Elmo Steakhouse. I know about that place. And a lot of people love Harry and Izzy's. That's a place near there. But yeah, I've not eaten there, so I don't know.
So if you are going, definitely check out the comments and look up some of
Yeah,
these places that people are talking about.
Yeah, somebody mentioned it. Anyways.
Oh, Pearl Street Pizza has great slices. Okay. I mean, what is that, Hot Box Pizza or whatever that's there.
Oh, I know what Golden Corral is. We've gone to Golden Corral, I'm pretty sure, before. I think.
Not a Golden Corral. We went to Cracker Barrel.
Oh, maybe
one time.
Okay,
We
Golden
don't
Corral's
we don't
different.
have that here. I
Golden
think.
Corral's a buffet, though. I shouldn't be going to buffets. I've tried to stop doing that.
Yeah, definitely not when I'm trying to
I'm
like
a huge fan of buffets because I love trying different stuff, but I also have a problem overeating, and buffets don't help that.
Oh, look at these ribs though.
Okay, enough now. Enough. All
Sorry.
right. Next
okay,
slide.
next let's get on with this.
Yeah, next slide. All right. Things to see and do at the con. So we talked about events in a previous stream. Lots of events, many different things to do. There was events for like dancing and knitting and LARPing and panels and all this kind of stuff. But this is other things you can do at the con. Some of it's paid, some of it's just you can walk up and do. There's just different things that if these interest you, go look more into them, okay? So the exhibit hall, we talked all about this. Again, just reiterating, it's where you demo, you buy all the games and wares, 10 to 6 only, okay? Inside the exhibit hall is Artist Alley. You can go buy art. There's a lot of artists in there who do art for different games, collectible card games, role-playing games, all board game art. These artists are in there selling their art, selling prints. You can go talk to them, meet them, all that stuff. There's all different ones there. A lot of Magic the Gathering artists are there that do Magic the Gathering card game art and stuff like that. There's the Family Pavilion, which is a section in the dealer hall of all the booths that are dedicated to family weight games and children's games and stuff like that. You'll see them on that exhibit hall map. It's actually labeled and sectioned off. So that is a thing you might want to go to if you're into family gaming. It's all together. There's the gaming hall, which is even bigger than the, or maybe it's not anymore, but it used to be bigger than the exhibit hall. It's attached. It's a continuation of. The exhibit hall actually grew into the gaming hall and started eating space from it, which annoyed me, but it's a thing. But that's where there's some demos, tournaments, events, floor games. You can walk through there and sign up for things. There's little HQ booths where you can go ask them questions about how to sign up for things, demo things. A lot of the event tickets you might have bought are actually happening in there. So you might need to go in there with your I recommend walking through there with your generics, because you might see a floor game happening or a session of something starting and they'll be yelling it out, or they'll have a sign up and you could just join in and get involved in that tournament, or you'll see your favorite publisher has a bunch of tables reserved, a bunch of banners. You can walk up and say, what are you guys doing here today? Do you have any spots? I love to do it. But yeah, there's the costume parade. Happens Saturday at 3 p.m. It goes through the gaming hall and then through the main hall of the convention center all the way to a kind of auditorium room with a stage or whatever, where they have the costume contest at 4 p.m. So if Saturday at 3 p.m. you'll hear them banging drums and playing music, and all these people will walk by for like, it takes like 20 minutes, 30 minutes for the whole parade to go by you. But you'll see everyone gather up along the parade route and start getting ready. But you can see videos of this online. Go look up, cosplay or costume parade at Gen Con, and every year someone's got a video of watching the whole thing, and it's pretty cool. I filmed it a few times, but I don't think I ever posted it. But I had intention to, and then I just never did. But somebody always does. And then there's the costume contest that they all march to, and you go into this costume contest. I don't know if there's more information online, actually. I can probably find it quickly, maybe. Let's see here. What I would do is go to right here, costume and cosplay contest under programs. Okay, it's sponsored by Wizard of the Coast. Oh, you can watch it live on their Gen Con channel.
Oh.
Their Twitch channel. So go find more information here if you want to sign up for this. What is there? What kind of things are happening? The awards, the prizes, rules, entry form, the parade, the timetable for it. Okay, if you're going to participate in it, here's the info you need to know. So if you're going there to cosplay, this is how you get involved. And the etiquette, the costume contest, the photo op meetups, how it all works. Here's the events, scheduled stuff, add them to your schedule. But yeah, all the info's here. You want more info, go to gencon.com, click on Gen Con Indy, then go to programs, then go to costume contest and cosplay. But all the information about the parade is there. Whoops, what did I just do? I just clicked on an ad. No! I'm now going to get spammed with Wizards of the Coast Magic the Gathering ads for the rest of my life. No, I got to clear my cookies fast. But anyways, yeah. So there's the info there. So hopefully that helps. Card Holla. Card Holla is crazy. I will show you a picture. I will Google picture because I forgot to show some video. Card Holla was one of the first things I ever saw at Gen Con. Super fascinating. Card Holla is basically where collectible card games that have died go to be put to use. Okay. So if you at home are going to Gen Con, you have a whole bunch of old cards from an old card game you never played before, bring them to Gen Con. Drop your box of cards or your bag of cards in this area, and people will spend time building them into a city called Card Holla. Let's click pictures. Okay, this is not the best picture, but you'll get the point. So there's tables there, there's people there. You can just stop by here if you want to take a break, sit down on your butt and just sit there building and expanding and making bridges and skyscrapers and castles and cities and designs. Spell your name in cards, whatever you want to do. But this city is built called Cardhalla. You'll watch it the first day, and it gets built up till Saturday. And Saturday night, I believe it is, people gather here and they throw money for charity to bust this all down, and then someone collects all the money up, and it goes to charities. You want to know about the charities? They're all on the website. They change every year. Okay? So for charity, bring your old cards that are just collecting dust in your house. Bring them there, and it's fun to drop your box of cards. And you see right beside where you dropped your box, the next day you go by and someone built a giant castle out of your cards. And it's so cool. So cool. And up above on the second floor, there's a skywalk where you, like a balcony basically, where you can like look over and see this being built and get some good photo and video of it and stuff. Really cool. So that's Cardhalla. All for charity. Really neat. Yeah, like there you just find all different years. Crazy stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the information of the charity is usually listed on a little easel there. Yeah, it's crazy. It's huge. It just sprawls every year. Look at
Oh, that's
there's
the demolition of
yeah,
it.
that's after everyone threw all their coins and money at it to break it all down for charity. Yeah, that's insane. And somebody has to clean all that up. I love it.
Yeah, that one's a good one because it's from above.
Yeah, this is like from the above shot. Again, these are like the worst resolution images ever. And this one cannot. Fisher's Stos is a dangerous website. No, I'm just joking.
No,
Oh,
there
there
it
it
is.
goes. Their website sucks.
Oh, this is last year's.
Oh yeah, this is Gen Con 2020. Look how big it's sprawled. So it didn't go as vertical as I've seen some years. It went more horizontal, right?
I love that there's people sitting in there for scale.
Yeah, yeah. Look at this little guy here building right here in the bottom right. He's just building away, making stuff. So yeah, every year it's so different, so unique, so cool. But yeah. What else? Balloon maker. So there's a balloon maker guy that sits there for charity also, making a giant balloon sculpture thing. I've seen him make a giant dragon. I've seen him make a giant throne. I've seen him make Cthulhu and all these crazy things. And then there is a day, maybe Sunday, where for charity, some people donate money and some children all get to rush and attack the giant monster that gets made and stab it to death and poke it. And it explodes. It's quite the sight to see these ravaging little children go and destroy it, but that's for charity. It's in the hallway. You'll walk by it, and every day you walk by, just like Cardhalla, and you'll watch it evolve and grow, and it's kind of neat. There's also a scavenger hunt. There's a booth that runs this there. You'll see it in the hallway, where you can sign up for a scavenger hunt, run around, find things, try to get prizes. I've never done it. I don't know much about it, but it looks interesting. There's pin collecting, which is pretty damn serious, actually.
Oh, I saw the email about that.
Yes, we just got an email about it. I want to actually...
While you're finding that, I just want to also note that I did read that the eBay booth is actually doing a scavenger hunt this year.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so if you're interested, check out their booth and see what that has, what you need to do for that.
Where is it? Sorry, bear with me. Okay, let's open the email in a browser. So this is like the latest email from Gen Con. They sent out a bunch of emails, especially closer to the con, to let you know more about it. But pin trading is a big thing there. I've never been a part of it, but look, they have one for the old carpet. I love it. The carpet there, the convention is supposed to get replaced. I see people on Reddit updating with photos of how the progress is going. But they're replacing all the infamous carpet, which had this weird pattern on it. That's so iconic. Everyone knows this pattern very well, but it's going to be gone this year. And they're actually sold off skids of it. And people are making cosplay costumes of it and mugs and stuff for it. And like everyone's...
Yeah, they're framing it.
Yeah,
like anything you can do with it.
It's the floor of the whole convention. It's so iconic. People like love it. But yeah. So there's pin trading. There's a spot to meet up and trade. But here's the pins for this year. I always think they're the coolest looking things, but I just don't collect them. But there's rarity to them. Okay.
Oh.
And all the information's here. Go check out the website. Just look up Pin Bazaar for Gen Con 2023. But here's some of the new ones. So there's a starter set you can buy, and I guess, and here's the pins for it. It'll be at the official Gen Con merch booth, probably this one. So part of Gen Con's held in Lucas Oil Stadium, the Colts football stadium. So this is kind of like they have a little football theme to it too. Showing the South Streets where the food trucks are. Dryad Tea. Oh yeah, game publishers will have pins available at their booth. Another thing that's why I kind of related to the scavenger hunt idea. because there are people that run around to different booths trying to collect all the pins of Gen Con. Like, it's a thing. People spend hours trying to do this.
Mhm.
And then you meet and trade them. And there's like a meeting place in Lucas Oil Stadium. You can meet like once a day and you can trade with people and stuff. But
That's
people
cool.
try to collect all the pins every year. And then I see people online after the con trying to like find the ones that are missing and buying them and trading them and selling them online and things.
People already are trying to arrange for people to pick them up for them if they
Oh
can't
my
come.
God, really?
Yeah.
But yeah, so even if you just have your favorite publisher, they might have a pin at their booth you can go grab just to put on your bag or your
Oh, that's
backpack.
cute.
Yeah, oh, there's some cool ones. I'm telling you, these pins are like next level. I just don't do it, but I think it's so neat. It's like a cool little sub thing at the con that you don't realize like the first couple of years you go, and then all of a sudden you're like, you realize there's a whole. You see these people run up to the booth asking about the pins, and then I never clicked what was happening, but then I learned about this later.
I think I got a couple
I like this
from.
one. Counterspell rejected. Absolutely not. Nope. This is from Legion Supplies, available at booth 701 and 2401. That one's awesome. The NES cartridge. Yeah, just some cool pins and like yeah, you can. There's people that put them all over their lanyards and stuff, and I'm always like, why do they have so many pins? Now I know why, because it's a thing. Oh, that one's cool. This is nuts. Look at them all. There's so many. Scotty. Yeah, Phoenix rising from the book. World's okayest DM.
This goes on forever, right? Wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It blew my mind when I was looking through them. I'm like, oh my God. I want to play a game.
Oh, I love that.
Funko is going to have a Scream game. That's what that tells me. They don't have one, right?
They don't have.
This is advertising. You just found out about the Funko Scream game here for the first time. Breaking news.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cute. I
Yeah,
might
because
try to get that.
a lot of the publishers will promote their current hot game. So like if they didn't announce it yet, it leaked through the pins. Maybe that's a thing. They probably already announced it. I just never saw the announcement or anything.
I haven't looked through the list, so it could be there. Oh, that's terrifying.
Wise Wizard Games. That's the cat from Hero Realms.
Oh.
I think that's the wizard cat from that one, like the wizard's little side familiar. I'm pretty sure. Star Realms, okay. Attention, Gen Con.
Oh, that's cute.
Attention, Gen Con attendees.
You sound like him.
The exhibit hall will be closing in 1 hour. Get your purchases and get the F out. Thank you. Event team? That's cool. That's like, they wear badges, they wear vests like that with pins all over. That's funny.
That's cool.
Yeah. Case of emergency, break
Yeah,
glass.
see, like you need a little emergency kit. Water. Yeah.
No,
Face paint.
no, this is the cosplay emergency kit.
Oh.
If your costume like rips, you know, you got to sew it up. You need some water, some glue, some makeup.
I thought it was like a personal emergency kit.
No. This is a rare one too. If you get this,
you find that.
Yeah, you have a rare pin.
Yeah.
Ultra rare. Whoa.
I'm not going to remember if I see these.
How do you get the ultra rare? Available from turning in tickets. See above. Okay.
Oh, wait.
This is a game? Oh, I should not have looked at this. I know.
Where do you get tickets?
Well, right here. I didn't read all this stuff. I don't want to go down this rabbit hole, so I try to not read. You can purchase, redeem your proof of purchase tickets. Okay, hold on. Pick up your Gen Con starter set at the Gen Con store or Foam Brain Games. Hold on, let me zoom in here. Earn rare pins either at Gen Con 2023 or online by acquiring 7 or more Pin Bazaar 2023 pins while supplies last. Note, while we can only guarantee a random rare, we will do our best to accommodate providing a rare of your choice. Aww. At Gen Con 2023, redeem your proof of purchase tickets by visiting the Foam Brain Games booth 1731. Online, email your receipts to rares at foambrain.com. Foambrain. Who named this company? It does not roll off the tongue. Shipping for rare pins is free, but if they ship with the starter set or Foam Brain Games pin, or $3 if you're getting nothing but rare pins shipped from us. Orders and rare pins will ship out the week of August 14th.
How do you get tickets? So I'm still confused.
I think by buying stuff on like the receipt, you get a ticket for buying pins.
Oh.
And the more pins you buy, you get these ways of then getting rares.
Oh, okay.
So it's to promote you just get into it. And then stop by the Horseshoe, which whatever that means, in Lucas Oil North Plaza. So there must be a giant Colts horseshoe. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So at 3:30 p.m. or 2:30 on Sunday for a daily trading meetup and get a free pin, one per attendee.
Oh,
We can get a free
we should
pin.
just go there to get the free pin.
Free pins. Yeah, but now I got to leave the exhibit hall for that.
No, I'm gonna forget.
Yeah, exactly. We're always busy at that time.
I like that Funko pin.
Yeah, me too. That's cool. Yeah. Who knew the pins would derail us? Exactly.
I did
We've
get a
lost
pin.
them, boys.
I do remember, and I probably still have it. I did get a pin from Hunt a Killer last year.
Oh, nice.
I might still have it. Maybe I'll bring it to put on my lanyard, and I'll start.
I forgot to email them. Oopsie.
Okay, this is cool. Anyways, yeah, if you're interested.
Cool.
It's cool.
Yeah, the pin collecting we never really talked about on stream before, so I
never really did it.
Yeah, I kind of want to touch on it a bit there. There's also the first playtest exposure hall, whatever it's called, but there's a place where game designers are there playtesting their prototypes of games. So if you like playing games before they're finished or become a full game, there's just a room there of people playing games. I don't know if you need an event ticket or how that works, but it's a thing there. I just wanted to mention. So if that's something you want to go do and find out if your favorite designer's there, maybe demoing their own games or something. All right, more things to do and see. Panels and events, we talked about that more in the event stream, but just wanted to bring that up, is you can still get event tickets, still get tickets for panels and all that kind of stuff. Go look into that still relevant. Lucas Oil Stadium, it's quite the sight to see. Football stadium with the stands completely empty and the whole field covered in wood and board game tables and a board game library, which is mentioned next there, where you can get tickets, access to the board game library. You can take out games, so you don't need to bring your games from home if you don't want to. If it'll save you on shipping, filling up your car, or stuffing in your luggage, you could get a ticket for the board game library or a pass or whatever, and you can go take out games for the evening, I believe. I believe you can leave the area with them and bring them back. But there is an open gaming area there where you can play games with friends and meet up in Lucas Oil Stadium and play under the lights, the football lights, the Friday night lights, they say. There's also the Board Game Geek Hot Games room, supposedly. I think that's still a thing, where you can buy tickets for it or show up with generics, I think. And on different tables, they have spread out all the hot games of the con that you might have trouble demoing in the convention or in the exhibit hall. You can go to this room for your own little kind of private way to play the games. There's also various publisher rooms, which I mentioned before, that are upstairs outside of the exhibit hall that you can go wander in these rooms, go check out demos and tournaments and get promos and buy things. So not only can you buy things in the exhibit hall, but you can go to like CGE's room that they rent out. And in there, you can buy their games, demo their games, play their games, all that stuff. And they have their own little area in the convention center, upstairs or outside, downstairs. There's lots of things going on all around the convention center, all around the hotels and everything. Tons of stuff. There's video game focus rooms. There's a PC LAN room, arcade rooms, retro games, all this stuff. Tons of video gaming happens there. There's arcade machines outside in the hallway. All of it goes to charity, I believe, except for the stuff in the rooms, I think, are like organized events and things. But there's rooms you can just wander in and play arcade games and stuff. Really cool. There's the auction and consignment store, which now moved.
Oh, yeah.
It is now in the Marriott Ballroom 5 and 6. It is not in the place it's been for the last 10 years. They moved it. Probably because the publisher could pay more for the room that was right outside the con that you're coming. I bet that's where Lord Con is going to be. Is right in that freaking big room right when you come in.
Yeah,
I bet that's where they'll do it, right? So they can line up people there and stuff.
But I did think I heard that they actually moved it for spacing because it was taking like
Oh,
there
it
was
was
always
just
the
being too
lines
crowded?
that were like out in the middle of the hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, they're
But yeah.
moving it there. So obviously they're going to give those rooms to publishers because that's the row of all the publisher rooms are right beside that too.
But you're right, that's prime room right there.
Yeah, that is a prime freaking room. It's like
Yeah.
right the first room you experience when you come in, like the one area. But now Georgia Street's not where everyone's coming
You're
in.
right. So maybe it's not so
I
prime
don't know.
anymore.
Yeah, it's gonna be
We'll
weird.
see.
It's gonna be weird. But this consignment store, you can bring your games there, buy used games, sell games, go to an auction. They're auctioning off games. Somewhere you can also just sit and chill and watch the auction happen. There's a quiet room located somewhere. I've never been to it, but it's supposedly you literally can't talk in there. It's dark. It's a way to desensitize yourself, to quiet down, to calm down if you have anxiety and all that stuff. Upstairs hallways, you can just go chill. They're less busy. They're quieter if you want to go hide up there. There's a massage booth almost every year we've been there and seen where you can go get little quick massages in these chairs or whatever. You can pay for that to help you from walking around the con. But yeah, again, check the Gen Con highlights page on the website. Right here under programs, show highlights for more stuff to do, like the opening ceremonies with Magic Sword, whatever that means. The opening ceremonies are not in the same space anymore. They're, I believe, streamed online, and they're in a special room. They're not out in the open anymore. There's social mixers, there's film festivals, there's music shows, all different stuff. The block party that I mentioned, the dance. There's a dance Saturday at 9 p.m. There's a collective art project where you can get involved, and they show all there's a tunnel that goes from the convention center under to Lucas Oil. Go through that tunnel. Throughout that tunnel, along the wall, are all the previous art projects from every year they've been doing it, and it's so cool. You can go and like add art to it. And don't be rude, okay? I don't want to see any rude drawings on there, but it does look pretty. It's very cool. Everyone works together and makes this like beautiful piece of art. It's very gamer focused. But yeah, they're all down there. Go check them out. They're really cool. You can see them all up close and everything. And then you'll see people working on the one that they're currently working on. Cardhalla, Community Row. So they got all this stuff about diversity and things. Like I scrolled over some of it here, but the like, I forget, it's like the people of color, and like they're trying to promote like there's a lack of that in the board gaming industry. It's a thing. So they have meetings and like ways to help promote people of color and minorities designing board games and getting them into the industry and helping promote their stuff. So there's lots of events related to that, but I don't know much about it. It's like new. They just, I think, started it last year.
Last year, I think, yeah.
I think last year, but they've expanded it. There's more.
Yeah.
So if that's interesting to you, there's more about that. Well, I don't know anything really about it, but it's all here. And again, if you're watching this in a future year and they add more stuff or take away stuff, it's all here. Go check out this highlights thing. It's a good place to start, because this is where you'll find out. There's the quiet room. I didn't know where it was when it is, but there it is. Room 212 in the ICC, Indian Convention Center.
Oh, so it's pretty much the hours of the exhibit hall.
Yep.
Okay.
So if you're just getting overwhelmed, you just need to go quiet down. Low light, self-monitoring space where you can get away from the high stimulation of the convention.
Yeah.
And it's needed sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Velco Kyle has been to Gen Con. He went 1 year with us.
I wish we had that photo. Like we had photos, I think, but I don't know where they are at the moment.
Yeah, no, we did that in like a previous stream.
I know,
through all the
yeah.
photos and stuff. I think there's too much info in this one. Like we left so much to talk about in this stream that it's like I was gonna get videos and show stuff, but I'll leave that for you to discover on your own. Okay.
Also, just one quick thing is when we talked about the, what was it called? The for exposure player, what is that called? The first exposure play test hall.
Yeah, whatever it's called.
If you just Google that and Gen Con, your article will come up. There are tickets and how to buy them and all of that. So it isn't a free event. So I know people were asking about how do you get tickets for that.
Perfect.
So just Google that and it should come up and bring you right to that page.
What's it called again? First Exposure?
First Exposure Play Test Hall 2023.
Where? Hold on. Oh, I know where I can find it.
Yeah.
Watch this. I bet it's right under here somewhere.
Where did it take me?
Yeah, right here. First Exposure.
Oh, okay.
It's in the list of programs.
Yes, this is where I was.
Yeah, this is it right here.
And then the very last little set of information is more so this one here. It talks about that it's 2 hour scheduled time points, when the hours are, and players can get tickets for individual events.
Again, all this stuff we're mentioning, if you're like, man, I need to know more info, we're pretty much giving you all the info we know, and sometimes we don't know much.
Yeah.
But we're just dropping it out there because some people will not know about this stuff unless they go there and they bump into it and it might be too late. So we're trying to let you guys know about stuff before the con so you can add it into your preparation, add them into your priorities. But all of it, like I said, I'm going to drop some info at the end, some good places you can go find more info. But again, gencon.com or their Discord, which we'll talk about at the end, how to get in all that stuff. Lots of places you can go dig more into the official info. We just don't know everything. Again, we don't work for Gen Con. We're just trying to share what we've learned and help other people out. That's all. Sort of the fun of gaming. General tips. Mel, you can definitely talk about this first one because I don't really have this. I'm in Candyland, but I remember your first year. I'll never forget. I didn't prepare you enough, and you can talk about that first one.
So yeah, some general tips. So Gen Con can be overwhelming with sensory overload. there is a lot of people, a lot of colors, sounds, things around you, smell, yeah, smells. It is very overwhelming. Even just the amount of people in general, that's overwhelming in itself, let alone the fact that, again, you're not outside, so you're not seeing the light. You're just walking through aisles and aisles and aisles of board games. There's people everywhere. There's pictures, and it's just, there's so much. It's even hard to explain it. But it's definitely sensory overload. I was 100% not prepared. I don't even know what I was really expecting when I went, but I remember being like completely terrified the first day of like, I remember I got my headache
Yep.
was so massive that we had to leave the convention to go and find Tylenol somewhere.
Yeah, I remember being like, "What the hell, Mel?" And I was like, "Oh, it's my bad. I forgot to
Yeah,
prepare
I
her."
was like
But
not
she
ready.
did that stuff that I warned you about. She forgot to take breaks. She forgot to drink. She forgot to eat. Like
Yeah.
time just flew, and I was just go, go, go. And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden I look back and Mel's like dying, and I was like, "Oh man, do I leave her here to die, or do I try to, like I was gonna leave her there to die so I could keep seeing more games, but
But we left
we
and
learned.
yeah, we learned, and hopefully what we've learned we can show you so that doesn't happen to you. But it is a lot, and you're probably going to underthink the amount of sensory overload it is on your brain,
Yep.
especially if you kind of just chill at home, you play board games, then you go into this event that's much huger than any of these photos can do justice to. Like we see all these photos in the back
Yeah,
of
I showed Mel
everything that you're
videos. Yep.
showing. I watched videos, I was like, yeah, no problem. But once you're there and surrounded by all of this, it's definitely overwhelming. So these quiet areas that we mentioned in the previous are helpful if you just need a minute. Going on the second level just to get a break is definitely huge. Anyways, so to prevent that overwhelmingness, for me, I definitely need to drink lots of water. I need to eat so I don't get the headaches. I bring Tylenol, take breaks, like, step aside, take a few minutes before continuing on. Because that's huge, and especially if it's your first time.
Yeah, Keith says, yeah, try explaining that to your daughter. Hun, you see all the board games that daddy loves so much? They killed mom.
I had a headache, so it was probably like the worst migraine I've ever had in my life. But anyways,
I just remember being like, what's wrong with you? And you're like, my head's pounding. And I'm like, I don't get it. I'm in euphoria here. It doesn't make sense to me. I just loved it. I tried to explain it to her. Like, it's just so big. Look at it. It's crazy. Look at all the crowds. Look at all the noises. I can't even describe it. I'm showing her video. And then we get there and I'm like, she was not ready and
mhm.
I didn't prepare and I just thought she'd be fine, but
Yeah,
I didn't
I
know.
was overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Overwhelmed, 100%.
Wingspan is your mom now.
But we managed, we got through. And then, now I go and I have no issues. But just to make sure that people, especially if you are sensitive to some of those kind of things, if you are sensitive to being in large crowds and, just the sensory,
Quiet room,
yeah.
massage room, second floor, or massage booth, second floor, all these places to get away.
Even stepping outside.
Yep.
Sometimes you just need to step outside, get
Go
some
hit-
fresh air.
Go hit the food truck area, get some
Mhm.
food in you, drink some drinks,
Yep.
get some fresh air, get away from the noise.
It can be a lot.
Yeah, if you've been in a casino and it's like sounds and murmurs and people talking and bells ringing, it's not the machines aren't making noise, but when you go into the exhibit hall, it's just lots of people talking and gaming and people at booths yelling to you, "Hey, want to come see my game?" Or
Yeah.
"Hey, want a promo card? Come, come, come!" Like they're trying to pull you to the booth, like at a circus or a carny,
Yeah.
And it's just a lot. Like you're seeing all these colors, and these games, and these signs, and these sales, and these aisle numbers, and people pushing at you out of the way, and people with carts, and like children and screaming babies, and like all this stuff. It's just like, man, all you want to do is like look at some games. But if you're like me and you're a gamer at home who likes in the quiet, learning a game, teaching a game, playing it calm and absorbing information, if you go there, I have trouble focusing on games, learning them and playing them and stuff because it's just too much information that I'm fried.
Which is now is the opposite
Yeah.
because I can go to Gen Con and I can get taught a game and I fully understand. I'm
I
asking
ask you
questions
later, yeah.
and I'll like kind of explain a little bit to him and he'll even say that to me like I can fully pay attention, almost like I can block everything else
Yeah.
out of my head
I can do that in
and
a
I can
tournament.
fully listen.
I can do that in a tournament when it's the round starting. I'm in a card game tournament. There's 700 people in the tournament. I can lock it in, play a game, crush my opponent, and move on.
Mhm.
But man, when I'm in the exhibit hall, is a whole different beast. When I'm at a booth and I'm trying to be taught a game, and there's 6 other people beside me who are also asking questions and interrupting and showing up late and asking about, is this available? And do you have the pin? Do you have the pin? Do you have your pin? Do you have the exclusive die? Do you have any left? And I'm like, shut up, man. I'm trying to learn a game here. I basically just asked Mel after, like, what did they say about that game? I couldn't understand anything that guy was saying. He was talking so fast, and I was like, just like lost. Like, it happens.
Yeah, which is why even in
Yeah.
the videos that we have, like a few of the videos that we had, especially last year, like
Yeah.
I think I ask a lot more questions
Yeah.
to the person that's teaching us the game because I'm actually fully understanding
I'll
and
film it though,
yeah.
and I'm more worried about filming too. But then I know I can watch that video after and listen to the person teach me in the quiet of my own home, editing it on a computer, and then I hear them. I'm like, oh, that game does sound pretty good. Maybe I should buy it. Oh, I'm not at the Gen Con anymore. I can't buy that now. No, I'm just joking, but that
But
does
yeah,
happen.
so it's definitely totally changed
All
since
right,
the
next
first time.
item. Budget.
Budget. Yeah, you go ahead. Good.
We can use cash. If you are worried, this is like, I don't know, if you're worried about money just floating out of your bank account, your credit card, whatever, it will happen. Everywhere now takes digital payments. You can swipe and tap your card all over the place. Almost every booth takes cards. The problem with that is you will spend, and then you'll get back from the con or you'll get back to your hotel at night and you'll check your bank account and you're like, what happened? What just happened? What did I buy? Oh my God, that got out of control. So if you need to budget, we did it a couple of years, especially when I left my previous job and I started doing this full time. We would come with a certain amount of cash and we would only try to spend from the cash. So we would limit things, prioritize things, not buy things the first day, maybe wait, decide if we want them, check if they're at home. We'll talk about that in the next one. But if you bring cash, you can also save money. Sometimes they'll just take money and not charge you tax. Sometimes you can barter, especially on Sunday. Start trying to haggle for deals. It's a thing. I've done it. It happens. Especially when people don't want to, when the publisher doesn't want to put those games back on a truck and have them shipped back to the warehouse. They'd rather just sell them even at a discount because it'll save them on shipping and hassle and packing up and all that stuff. So cash can help you get more things for cheaper in some cases. Some places won't barter. Some places only take cards and things. But yeah, it'll just help you budget rather than just slapping your credit card all over the place. Purchasing games there. There is early games that sell out. We talked about that. We already talked about limited copies. I just talked about the Sunday deals. I talked about the daily allotments. Those are things. But that's just general tips. Look at your game. Is it for sale? Try to find out if they have allotments. Check out the publisher's social media, all that stuff. Also, to save money and hassle, if you're flying into the con, I've been reading recently about horror stories of people, and I didn't know this because we don't fly there, we drive. But there are people who go with 2 suitcases. One suitcase with their luggage and another suitcase that they put that suitcase inside of. Then on the way back, there's one suitcase has luggage and the other suitcase is full of board games. The problem is I've heard situations where the TSA or whatever it's called, the agency that checks, security at the airport or whatever, might open up your suitcase, slice into your new game, open it up, start ripping through things, trying to understand what it is. Or if you're going to bring some games on the plane with you, I've heard horror stories about going through security and they're slicing open games and ripping open things right there and trying to get you to explain what the hell they are. And what are these metal components and why are they setting off the security system and all this stuff. So there are companies there. There's usually a booth that will ship games home to you. Or there was supposedly a UPS store that people use or one of those down the street, a couple blocks away. But I heard they're going on strike on August 1st, so that store might not be open. But just look ahead, try to find out a place you'll be able to ship board games back to you, but work that into the cost. Which leads me to say, check your friendly local game store. A lot of these games that are at the con already released within the last 6 months, some to a year, some came out the same week. So many times at Gen Con I've been there and found out a game literally released the Thursday the Gen Con opened. That's the same day it showed up in stores. So I could literally drive to a game store in Indianapolis or drive to a Target or just order online at my store at home and have it shipped to me. So I don't need to pay, go through customs. I don't need to pay to ship it back to myself. I don't need to try to drag it through an airport. I don't need to carry it around the convention. So you can go there and demo games because you can try games there. You can spend the whole time trying games and buy nothing and make a list. Then go back home and go on the publisher's websites. Go to your friendly local game store. Go on Amazon, whatever, and buy games later. Because sometimes it's cheaper. Because at the con, usually there's not many sales on some games, especially new games. You actually pay full price to the publisher, and they'll throw in a promo or something to try to get you to buy it from them at the con. But just keep in mind, there's an additional cost of transporting those games home and carrying those games around and wasting time bringing them back to your hotel or your car and all that stuff. So be smart. Be smart. That's all I'm saying. So those are just my tips. So I usually will look into games, I'll try them, and then I'll quickly look and see if they're available back home. Because I'd rather support my local game store, to be honest. And it's just, I can spend more money on other games that maybe I can't get at home. So I'll buy those games at Gen Con, or those games that have a special promo or have a coupon code, or only I can get there. Like, that just makes sense, right?
Yep.
I don't want to buy games that I literally could have bought 4 months ago at my local game stores. Like, that doesn't make sense for me to grab those at Gen Con. But it might be for you because you don't have a local game store. Bless you.
Thank you.
You can find random gamers to play games with. This is a tip. So there's an open gaming room. I forget the location. I might have it on another slide. But there is open gaming there. I forget which hotel it's in. But there is a giant room full of gamers. I want to go get some footage of it this year, maybe live stream from it if I can, to promote it. But I didn't know where it was last year. But it is in a hotel, giant gaming room. People have little flags or cones or whatever looking for players. You can go try to find players there. You can learn games there. But there you can find randoms in the gaming hall to play with, not just the open gaming room. But yeah, there is tons of that there. So I always tell the story of my first con, and this happens every single time. I'm just wandering around looking for Mel or looking for a tournament or just wandering through filming. And there'll be people who are just opening a new game and going, hey, you want to play this game with us? Have you played this before? Do you want to play with us? We're looking for a fourth. It's a thing. So you can find random people to play with games with if you're interested in that. There's lots of ways to do it, through events, through the board game library, through the open gaming room, through the gaming hall at night. Lots of that stuff. The 621 rule. This is a rule I didn't really know needed to be a rule, but this is a rule for conventions in general. This is a rule that people forget about. Like I said, you lose track of time. The 621 rule is try to sleep at least 6 hours, eat 2 full meals, and at least 1 shower a day. This is for your own health and other people around you's enjoyment of the con. So don't pull all-nighters the whole con. You'll kill your immune system. You'll get con crud. You'll get sick. It's dangerous. You'll spread germs to other people. When you get sick, ruins a lot of people's experiences. So try to sleep at least 6 hours. Keep your immune system up. Try to stop and eat for at least 2 full meals. Yeah, you can snack all day. That's fine too. You know, snack throughout the day. So what I'll do is eat a breakfast, and then we'll snack throughout the day. Maybe stop for like a little tiny lunch, and then we eat a dinner at night. And that's how I roll with it. But don't forget to eat, though, for the headaches and all that stuff. And then have a shower. There are people who you can tell, who I see on the 3rd day of a tournament, I can tell they haven't really taken care of business. And it's no fun to play against you in that card game, FYI. You were disgusting. Clean yourself. I know Gen Con's only so short and you want to enjoy every minute of it like I do. But take the 10, 15 minutes, clean yourself, man. Go have a shower. Then there's con crud, which I just mentioned. That is a thing. Every single Gen Con except for last year when we wore masks for COVID, I have come home with con crud. I feel like crap for a couple days after. I'm exhausted. I walk a lot. I barely sleep. I'm rushing around and my immune system drops and you catch something. And you just feel not right after. It's not like a flu. It's not like a cold. It's just different. It's con crud. It's a thing. Go look it up. It's a thing. Because you will be shaking hands and touching components and breathing the same air as so many people and bumping into people and standing in lines. Your immune system will be tested. So rest up, eat up, take your vitamins.
Especially if you're not doing the 621. It'll be even.
Yeah, the 621 will open you up bigger to con crud.
Yeah.
But the only year I didn't come back with con crud and feeling like bummed and down and sore and tired and sick and gross was the year last year when we were forced to wear masks the whole time. So they work. That was the only year that it happened. So it's like I debate. Like I know people are going to keep wearing masks now and have said it online because it helped with con crud. It's a thing. Wash your hands often, of course. And then resources. So anything we didn't describe, again, we are just board gamers, card gamers. We go there from that aspect. But if you're a cosplayer, an RPGer, a LARPer, a painter, what else is there? So many things. Movie creator into video games, all these other things that are so many things that are there. So many things that are there. An artist, you're going there for authors and stuff. There is more information found. So the Gen Con website's there. Subscribing to the Gen Con email list, it's at the bottom of that website. You can fill in your email, sign up for the Gen Con email. They will let you know of important dates in future years, when it's happening, when badges go on sale, when events go on sale, when hotels open up, when the con's coming, countdowns, what events, tickets, things on sale, stuff, all that stuff is there. How we find out about collecting pins, all that stuff's through the email list. That's the best thing I can say, is browse the website and sign up for the email list. And every year that's how I just forget about Gen Con until the emails start rolling in.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Gen Con official app. So this is the Android one. I'm not signing into it, but I'll just demo quickly for you. You can find it in the Google Play Store, or I think there's an iOS version, but I'm not a loser and uses iOS phones, so sorry about that. Just kidding. All right. So you can sign into this. It will literally tell you your schedule of events, so you can bring it up on your phone. It's official. It's locked in. It's developed and supported by Gen Con. You can, I guess, get messages in there. You can check out all the events system. You can find new events while you're at the con. You know, find ones that open, find where they are, find all the information. All the maps are in here. I could probably click on the events actually. Yeah,
Oh,
boom.
yeah, you can.
Yep, and you can search through events. So obviously you can do it on the website on your phone, but this probably just works better, I think. And yeah, you could click on events probably, read where the event is, go find it, you know, more information. Okay.
It's cool.
But I sign into this on my phone and I open it up and it literally shows all my events I need to go to and when they are on my schedule.
Oh, I need to download this then.
Yeah, you should. And then I don't know what the message feature is, but anyways, there's the maps. I love using this too. When I'm like, okay, the event's in this place, where the hell is that? And why didn't it go there? But here's the map. So if you want to know where the hell's South Street, where's the food trucks? You know, oh, there's South Street, there's Lucas Oil Stadium, and you can pinch and zoom on all this thing. There's the Westin, the Marriott. There's stuff happening in both those hotels. They have skywalks that attach to the convention center. There's the giant convention center, and I'm pretty sure you can zoom in and check out booths. And yep, oh, there's where Ravensburger's area is in the gamer hall. Holy crap! Look at the Magic the Gathering area in the tournament hall. Jeez Louise. But it's all live. Oh yeah, we can find out probably some of the. It is Magpie Games and There's Ravensburger. Yep, they are in where the
That's where it used to be. Oh yeah, because that's Cardhalla. Yeah.
No, Card Hall, yeah, is right here.
Yeah.
Then the washrooms. This is where the consignment store and then auctions were this area right here. It's now Magpie Games, Ravensburger, and Monty Cook.
That's a big one, so I don't even know who they are.
Oh, look at Restoration Games,
never mind.
Catan Studios, Pandasaurus. These are all the rooms that are across from the exhibitor hall. So the exhibitor hall is in here, this big giant room, but when that's closed, these rooms stay open sometimes into the night. And they don't have to follow the hours of the exhibitor hall. Greater Than Games, little room there. Hatchet Games, Deepwater, special events, whatever that means. And then here's in the gaming hall, so Fantasy Flight Games, this is their area that they usually have where they run their events and things. Atomic Mass Games, that's where you'll find people playing, you know, that Marvel tabletop war game and stuff, and like the Star Wars tabletop games and things. Yeah, tons of stuff in here. Tons of stuff. Yeah, it's all here in the app. So you could sit there browsing this while you're, you know, planning your attack. While you're sitting there bored at the con and want to find a place, want to find an event. Where is the event? Is it near you? Like I remember the first year, I was literally on this thing on Friday night looking for events that were happening within the hour and finding something to do. And then I would like find the event on the app and then was like, oh, that's where it is. And then it's like, oh, check the map. Oh, it's not far from here. Then I get a ticket. I go buy a ticket. And then I would go buy will call, grab my ticket, and then just get to the event. Yeah, you can do stuff kind of last minute if you use the app. It's definitely easy. Some of the events are digital tickets too, so you don't. So you don't have to do that whole stopping and grabbing a physical ticket. There are some electronic ticketed events and stuff. But yeah, that's the app. Then Fans of Gen Con Facebook group. I've linked all this stuff down in the video description. I'm pretty sure there's lots of helpful links down there below on the video. There's the Gen Con subreddit. I like to browse that one and see people asking questions, recommending restaurants. There's an advice pin post in there that is full of goodies. Go check it out. Go on the Reddit. I don't even think you need an account. Just search Gen Con Reddit. Go there, click on the first pin post called advice, and just start reading. Have fun. Have fun. And then there's the Gen Con official Discord, which is linked right there. You can type that in, and you'll get linked to an invite to Discord. And in there are official Gen Con people. There's fans of Gen Con talking all year round about things. There's different channels all discussing everything about Gen Con. So there's the places to go that I know are active, where you can find more info from people who know way more than we do, who maybe even work for Gen Con, who are local to Gen Con, who've gone to Gen Con longer. you know, maybe volunteer at Gen Con, maybe work for publishers, all that stuff. There's your info. I can teach you how to fish, but I can't give you the fish. I'm sorry. There you go. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't know everything, so it's impossible to know everything about this damn convention. Even people who work for there don't know everything. There's people in different areas because there's so much. It's crazy. All right. Come on. Questions? Questions. Let's open it up to questions. If you have any questions based on the stuff we talked about, but again, if it's about events, if it's about badges, hotels, parking, if it's about, that might be it. All that stuff was mentioned in previous stream and we talked about it, so we're not going to talk that about here. Okay, hold on one second. I just need to switch. And switch. First question from Matthew Rose. Looking forward to seeing you at the con, I think. Still up in the air, but.
Oh, this is, Amanda has the same question. So this is Matthew Rose and Amanda question. Okay.
What is the question, Mel?
Can you pick up a coupon book, a program, and tote without waiting in the will call line?
What's the answer to that, Mel?
I think yes. But
it's supposed to be no.
It's supposed to be no, but I don't think they're super picky about it.
But the volunteer that's at the booth, 50% of the time does not give a shnikes.
Like they're not.
They're just like whatever. They have a whole bunch of stacks of boxes. They're just getting rid of them. They don't care. And especially since they all expire after the con. So especially on the Sunday, if they still have some, they're just giving them away. They don't even care. But again, by then, the coupon book, you can't go hit up all the booths with it. The bags run out sometimes. And the program guide will run out.
Yeah. Now I have a sub question.
They stock it up all the time. They're found out around the whole con. Go grab one when you see one and just throw it in your bag.
But I have a question. Are you asking this, Matthew, because you got your badges mailed to you? Because as long as you have a badge, you can pick all this up. You don't have to wait in the line. You're supposed to call line.
Yeah, you're just supposed to just walk up and show your badge, and they'll give you them.
Yeah.
But some people will walk up and just grab them, and they'll be like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
So, but yes, you're supposed to have your badge. You're supposed to walk up, and they put it right after you pick up your stuff at will call. So if you already have everything, but again, if you buy any event tickets today, Matthew, that don't get shipped to you, obviously, because it's after the shipping date, you will still have to go to will call to pick those up. You don't have to go when it's busy. You can go first thing in the morning, middle of the night, whatever it is, whenever it's open, and just pick up your stuff. And again, if some of the event tickets you buy, you have to go get them at will call. They'll put them in an envelope. You got to go up with your badge. You go pick them up. And it's right by there. So usually there's a flow to it. But yes, you can skip will call completely and go right to that booth. It's its own separate thing.
Yeah.
But it is in the same hallway, so you kind of work your way down and hit it up.
Yeah, so but Amanda's saying I do have my badge. So yeah, so if you already have your badge, you can just skip the will call and go right to those.
Yeah, so you'll see will call, and again, they might have moved it this year. I don't think they've moved it ever since I've been going, but it usually goes, you'll see will call area, and there's signs, will call, will call, will call. And the same white booths with red writing or whatever are beside it that say event tickets, event ticket, event tickets. And then there's generic tickets. Then there's customer service. Then eventually at the very end is coupon book. Okay. And you just walk up to that booth. There's a line. You just kind of walk in. A guy will be sitting there, a girl will be sitting there, whatever, whose just literally job is to go look at your badge and go, okay, here's the coupon book. Here's the bag. Have a great day.
Yeah, sometimes they have a different option of which bag and you get to pick one. So yes.
My Little Pony versus Transformers. That was a thing, I think. Yeah. So of course I picked the My Little Pony. Mel picked the Transformers. Just the way it goes. Yep. And I'm serious. That's
good question though.
All right. Right. Russell says, have you ever had to pay customs on games coming back to Canada? No.
No.
Because the longer you leave the country, so there is limits, and I don't know what they currently are, but they have increased over the years. So there used to be a thing where you travel from Canada to the US, and if you're only gone for the day, you were not allowed to come back with anything unless it was from the duty-free, a certain amount of things. You had to pay taxes, customs, whatever. But if you're gone for 24 hours to 48 hours, it's a different amount per person. And then there's amount 48 hours and over, there's amount a week or longer. So when you go for a whole week like we do, and you come back, and all you tell them is, I got a couple cases of beer from the duty free and some board games and maybe some junk food or something we picked up. They're like, whatever, man. Because remember, people in customs have no freaking idea the value of modern board games.
Right.
All they think about is $20 Monopoly and $13 Candyland and whatever is at their local Walmart or toy store. that they played when they were a kid, or a deck of cards, or Uno. Like,
Mhm.
they don't understand when you say, we just came back from a board game convention, we have board games. And they're like, they look at you like, you freaking nerds. There is no way you have like $500 or more worth of stuff. So we're not even going to bother taxing you, because they can't tax you on the first like few $100s.
And it's also each person.
Yeah, it's each person.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Russell knows. Says, yeah, you get $800 if you're gone 48 hours.
Yeah, so that's one person. So
Yes. And
yeah.
see, Mitch knows the Chutes and Ladders competition.
Yeah,
Sorry, I love
exactly.
it. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. So they don't know.
So we've never known.
Yeah, we've never had to pay. Because again, you're coming back and they're like, how long you been gone for? And for us, it's like 7 days or something, or 6 days, 5 days, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, what are you bringing back? I'm like, a bunch of board games I got from the convention, some junk food, and a couple cases of beer, or alcohol from the duty free, or some chocolate, or whatever we get, right? And they're like, okay, get out of here, you losers. So yeah, no. Even if they ask the value, I probably, again, you buy so many games there that you swipe a card and they email you the receipt.
Yeah, digital receipts. So I don't really.
So we don't have receipts because they can't print them for you there usually. So you can just make up a number. Mm-hmm. And again, they're never going to know. Like, they're not going to look in the back of your card and see all these board games and go like, all right, that game must be $200. Like, they have no idea.
No, they have no idea.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm never worried about that. 1 year I'll get burnt though. But again, if it's $800 for over 48 hours, I hope I don't come back with $800 worth of games, but I probably do, but I don't. But again, half of them I don't even pay for because they're like review copies, some of them. I don't know. Yeah, it's messy, but I don't worry about it. But again, if you're going through the airport, I don't know. We drive.
We drive. We
drive, it's different, right? We drive. So again, if you ship your own games back to you, I don't know how that works either. You probably get hit also, right? Because you might get dinged that way, but I don't know. Okay, let's see here. Question 3. Are there concerts going on outside all the time at night? I don't know. And will there be a concert during the block party on Wednesday? Yes, there usually is.
There usually is, yeah.
There's usually a musical guest that's playing on a stage by the food trucks and that during the beer tapping, when the official Gen Con beer and wine start getting sold. Mm-hmm. And you can go chill, have a drink. They're playing music. You can chat. That's what we're going to try to do on Wednesday night. But there are music events that are inside that are streamed. There's a specific room, I think it's the same room where they do the costume contest, where there's a stage, speakers, music equipment. They do like live podcasts. They do music shows, live RPG sessions. There's a whole bunch of rooms with stages. And some of those rooms definitely have musical events. I bet you can go through the event.
I was going to say, you could probably search it.
Yeah, go through the event system and just search, like, I bet there's arts and entertainment or music or something. You can find that stuff. And if there's concerts like that you want to see more concerts, there might be some that are indoors. But I don't know about outside every night. I don't know. Also, but on Wednesday, usually there is.
Yeah, Stacy might be able to let you know, because I think Stacy was going to the beer garden in the evenings most nights. So she may be able to tell you.
Oh, like last year or whatever?
Yeah, last year. I don't know.
Hold on.
I definitely just searched music and I'm getting.
No, but hold on. Let's do this. If I go. Oh. Where is this? In here, show highlights. There was the 500 ballroom is where this magic sword, whoever that is, but yeah, right here. You guys can't see. What am I doing? The block party on South Street. The block party you know and love has moved to a new location. Open Wednesday through Sunday. The block party is the place to be for music, food, drinks, and more. I don't know what exactly music that means, but they have had a performance there before. I remember that, like, Nerdy was there for the opening ceremonies or something, but I could be wrong.
But definitely, like, just search up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Within the events, and there is some music stuff.
There might be music playing. They might have speakers just kind of playing background music while you're sitting outside chilling and stuff, but I don't know. I don't know.
So Stacey says, I don't recall bands on Georgia Street, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. That's true. We can't see everything. Oh, and Jeff says there is a map of the block party that shows a DJ booth there. So,
a DJ booth. There you go.
Yeah, so there.
That makes sense.
Might be something.
That makes sense. So yeah, they will be playing music. That's probably a thing. Because you can't just be serving alcohol and chilling in the street eating food trucks without some music going on, right? like it's like at a festival, right? There's always some music being
Yeah.
played somewhere out of speakers or from like a stage or something, right?
Hmm.
Or a dude with a violin and a suitcase begging for change. I don't know.
Hmm.
There's some music there, maybe.
A lot of times there's music on in the throughout the hallways. There's
Yeah.
like different
Yeah.
music that's happening.
Yeah. But you can't sit there and like drink while you're
No,
chilling there,
no.
which I think is what he's trying to ask about
Yeah,
outside
you're
at
right.
night, right?
Yep.
Because that's a cool, like relaxing kind of atmosphere to get away from the con.
Agreed. Yeah.
After a long day of marching around, right?
Hmm.
All right, let's see here.
Oh, I think we missed this question too.
I know I'm trying to get back
Sorry.
to where I was. It's like I had to go off there. Amanda's saying, "Can you buy 6 packs of the official beer to bring home?" Yeah, I did that
Yeah.
last year. On our haul video, I saved at least one beer in the little pack. Some of them got drank by accident when I bought the 6 pack, but some of them made it home. But yes, they have a little cooler bag last year that you can buy that come with the beers in it, and then you can just take that and leave if you want.
Hmm.
But I usually get one beer to bring home just to have after.
Yeah, because when we do our
Yeah.
recap stream, I think I had my one wine and you
Or
had one
just
of
to
your beers.
cry that Gen Con's over while I'm drinking one to remind
Yeah.
me of the memory. And I always think I'm going to save the can and store them, like put them on a shelf or something, but I never do. I always just end up throwing them away. But it's still fun to bring one home. I just think it's fun. But yes, you can buy as many as you want probably and every day and bring some home until they sell out. But yeah. Let's see here. What the heck is this? This self-promotion stuff. All right. Did you mention getting your money? What is this? Did you mention?
Oh no, sorry. There's a question too that I think is related to that.
I don't remember, Matthew, about event tickets, the policies. I think we looked it up, but you can look it up on the website. I don't know if they give you credit again. We looked it up on that stream though.
Yeah, because I think his question
Yeah.
was like, if the event is over, I don't think you can get a refund if the event is over
I
and
think
you
you can
didn't
get credit
attend.
though, but I don't remember.
But yeah, you'll have to look at the
Yeah, those
ticketing
the
policies.
policies change every year. I can't keep up with it, but yeah. Go check it out on the website. It's all there though, for sure. Because I remember we looked it up and the current policy was there.
Hmm.
And I kind of don't want to get into that here because it probably will change next year or the year after. So it's like, just go look up on the website for the latest information. How early do they sell beer and when do they stop at night? I don't know.
I don't know what time it ends.
There's a beer tapping event where they start selling beer at a specific time. And there's like a like fenced in kind of area with security and stuff, so you're not allowed to like just walk away drinking your beer in the streets. It's like it's in the streets, but it's like a kind of a beer
like an
garden.
enclosed area.
Yeah. I don't know how long they keep serving for. I don't know how long it's open for.
I think it would fall under whatever the regulations are within Indianapolis of how late they can sell alcohol, right?
Maybe it's on that same thing we looked at. How do you find out? I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't give times or anything. But there is like it's an actual thing. I don't know. I'm not sure. That's a good question. I don't know the hours of it. I don't know what's the plan. There's like a whole rotating food truck thing though, that I know, is where food trucks go a specific time of day and then the food trucks swap out and all that stuff. But yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, Amanda says, I think they start selling at noon. I think I saw that. Ask this stuff in like the Facebook group or something. There's got to be some, or in the official Discord. I would find that out. I bet the person who organizes it would be in there and be able to answer the question at noon, but I don't know how long into the evening. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, I found it. So the Sun King Beer Garden schedule is Wednesday, the tapping starts at 5 and it's from 5 to 10. And Thursday through Saturday, it's noon to 10.
There
So
you
it's still
go.
10 o'clock every
Till
night.
10 o'clock at
Except for
night.
Sunday. I think they close it down on Sunday.
Yeah, it probably doesn't even start on Sunday because the con only goes till 4 p.m. on Sunday. Doesn't mean there won't be food trucks out there and stuff, but the beer garden's probably gone and cleaned up by then. Okay, so noon to 10.
Yep. Noon to 10.
And on Wednesday was 5 to 10?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. That's for like the tapping party.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah. And that's when we'll probably stop by there sometime around 5 to 7 or something. Somewhere, I don't know how long our stuff's going to take, but whenever we get there. Because I never know how long we're going to be stuck in will call and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So again, if you have any kind of questions, I would normally say comments down below, but like I probably can't answer everything other than what we've answered already. The best places are go ask your questions in these places where there's way more people who go there for all different things. People who work there can answer questions in the Discord. There's tons of fans of Gen Con, super helpful people in the Facebook group and on the subreddit. Go ask your questions there, but before you ask your question, actually search your question, because there is every year, every day, every week leading up to the con, someone's asking about where to eat, or how do I ship games back to myself, or I'm flying, what do I need to do, or how does the Ubers work, or whatever it is, right? Stuff that we've never experienced. Somebody there will know more about parking or events and these kind of things. There's like event organizers that'll be in there like answering questions about certain types of events and things. But yeah, so this is all I can say is go there. Go ask in these places. You'll find the answers probably have already been asked, and you can quickly find the answers with a quick search. That's the best way I can say.
And I did, Matthew, the article, or the link that I was looking at, it looks like it's from Gen Con News, like it's a blog post. I posted that.
Watch this.
In
Did you put it in the chat?
I put it in the Discord, but I can put it in the chat too.
Drop it in the chat, of course, for people watching later. They can open the chat archive.
Because this has some food information. It has DJ information.
So I bet I know how you got there.
I mean, I can. You want me to? Oh, there it is. There. If you want.
So if I go on the website, so it has to be here. There is a blog. I remember. Hold on.
Or news.
There was. Oh, there's the book right on the freaking page.
So, yeah. Oh, yeah, it was there. It was there. Is that one?
Latest blog posts.
So the second one in is what I just put in the chat.
I just clicked this first one, but I want to go back. Oh, it opened in a new tab. Gen Con block party. Here you go. I'm sure this is probably in an email also. Janet, thank you so much,
Janet,
for your road trip jerky purchase.
Yum.
Thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you. That will be one of the snacks in my backpack.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We have a problem.
But yeah, this seemed helpful when I just quickly glanced through it.
Oh, there's the map. See, I'm learning stuff. So how are they doing this? So it is in the parking lot and the road. So it's like, there's the ICC, I think, South Street. So there's the tunnel that goes underneath, but they're doing in the parking lot, I think that is.
Okay.
That's where the beer garden kind of is. And there's little tents.
Oh yeah, so there's the DJ brewery, tent, coffee, so that's helpful.
Okay, and then here's more parking spaces, and you're right beside the dumpsters, so that's always good. Love the smell of dumpsters while I'm trying to eat my food. Mm-hmm. Not sponsored, but there's they have a Dragon's Dew from last year.
Yes, I tried it. It was delicious.
And then now they have a Code Red Rosé. Okay. And then they have, this is cool.
This is new.
I just want this bottle because it looks sick. Just for shelf,
yeah.
Daniel's Dragon's Blood Gen Con wine with a freaking dragon and a sword going right up in a nice, slick, sexy black bottle.
Yeah, we might have to buy one just for ourselves.
Look at that.
I don't drink red wine, but it's pretty.
I won't open it. I'm just going to leave it sitting there. Yeah, I don't even care.
Yeah, but the Dragon's Dew is good. I'm interested to try the Code Red Rosé. And Stacy and I were already talking that we really hope
Calling all
that
winos.
Stacy and I were already talking that we really hope that the wine slushies that they offered last year are back and that they're actually frozen this year. They weren't frozen last year.
Well, that's because you
But-
guys went right when it opened.
Yeah, we did.
You got to give it some time for the machines to get working.
Those are what we're looking forward to.
So here you go, Matthew, all the info. Just go to that blog post on the website, read.
Yeah. It also had some food stuff, some DJ information, hopefully.
Follow them on social media, follow the email link, the email mailing list, and go just spend time browsing this website. There is so many pages. They're always adding information. Like, I don't even know it all. I can't. But it's all here, like I said. You could just get lost on this website and learn so much that I don't even know. Here we go. The Queen's Gambit was the flavored pizza that won this year. So every year, Hot Box Pizza, I think, and the Sun King Brewery come up with different types of beers or pizza or whatever, and people vote for the official yearly pizza and beer and stuff of Gen Con. So this year's pizza is called the Queen's Gambit. And look at this: barbecue, pulled pork, mozzarella, ham, onion, pickles, spicy mustard drizzle. I always have to
We
try
have to
this.
try this.
I always try a slice of the pizza every year. It'll be outside at the block party every day. There'll be a hot box pizza booth, and they'll be selling the pizza there. Yep, the South Street at the hot box pizza tent. Harry and Izzy's has, I guess, something. The official Gen Con cheeseburger.
Yeah, I think they have like a little pop-up tent
Called
there.
the Frito Baggins Burger.
Oh, scroll back up again.
Okay, this is dinner for me one day.
Oh, okay. That
See,
looks
I don't need to go to a
interesting.
crazy restaurant. I just go outside to a booth and boom, I'm eating something like insane.
Is that like a barbecue sauce, or what do you think that
I
is?
don't know. You didn't let me read. You said scroll up.
I want to see it first.
It's
sorry.
a tasty Angus steak burger patty, seasoned with their signature St. Elmo seasoning and topped with American cheese, bacon jam, chili cheese Fritos, and served on a golden brioche bun. Harry Nizzy's is so excited to serve you.
I'm interested to try that.
This is dinner one day.
Yeah,
I'm
I am
eating this
interested
for
to try
sure.
this because that
This
looks
is
like
dinner
everything
one
I
day
like.
for sure.
I've never had bacon jam, but it looked delicious.
Yep. Prime 47 Indy Steakhouse. Gen Con Foodies. Game on, Foodies. Prime 47. The Critical Hits Cheesesteak.
Where's a photo? We got to make our mouth
Yeah,
water.
the South Street. They have a booth there. Okay, I love cheesesteak. Philly cheesesteak sandwiches, I love them. So there's another dinner for a different day. The Critical Hit Cheesesteak, also at the South Street Block Party. Easy, man. This is easy.
Yeah, you just go there every day.
Yeah, I don't need to leave. I don't need to drive around like an idiot. I don't need to walk 80 miles. It's all right there. I don't know if any of them are good, but I will try them for science.
Yeah, we will.
Wild Bill's Soda. Old-fashioned soda pop. Kanji's been a member for 9 months.
Oh.
Our brother is platinum status now. Yeah.
Yes.
Sick.
Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome to the club. Thank you.
Awesome.
Oh, I guess they have to have soda for the people that don't drink the wine and the beer. That's good.
Yeah,
Okay.
it looked good, but they have a cool like wagon kind of thing with all the pop machines on them. It's
Oh.
neat.
Cool, cool.
Critical Hit Soda. All
What is
right, all
this?
right. Gen Con is excited to introduce Critical Hit Soda as our first ever official mocktail sponsor.
Okay.
Stop by the Critical Hit Soda truck during Block Party and try any one of their exotic concoctions with 100 totally unique flavors to choose from. You will find that perfect alchemical combination to complete your victory.
Interesting.
So can I get ones using like Arrowvine and Axe Nut and what's the other ones? Flame fruit. Can I get a flame? Do you have ones where you can mix flame fruit, Axe Nut, and Arrowvine for me, and maybe some snow thistle in to spice it up? Wizards of the Coast food truck. What the?
I think it's ice cream.
What the is this? Oh, Wizards of the Cones.
Well, it's Wizards of the Coast there, but then it's...
No, someone typoed. This is wrong, probably.
Oh.
Some dummy who made this webpage probably mistyped that. Unless this really is sponsored by...
It is, I think.
Wizards of the Coast. I don't think so. No. Wizards of the Cones.
Yeah, but it's first ever Wizards of the Coast food truck.
Oh,
Wizards
no,
of
it
the
is.
Cones.
Oh, my...
Yeah.
What the hell?
And
Hold on.
I think it's different ice cream.
Yeah, Wizards of the Coast, they like didn't come to Gen Con for a few years, and now they're back sponsoring a whole bunch of things, renting areas. They have their own food truck. What the hell is this?
They're making their presence known this year.
Yeah, Magic the Gathering. You know what it is? They're the little Kana is going to steal all their players, so they're like, man, we got to get in there. We got to remind everyone Magic the Gathering is still a thing.
I think also they're teaming up with the eBay booth.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So we're going to be hunting around for crappy Magic singles, hiding in bushes and stuff as part of that scavenger hunt.
I don't
bet that's
know.
what it is.
I don't know.
Trying to look for the ultra rare. Visit Wizards of the Cones at the. Look at this dragon.
Oh, look at that! I never even realized the
Yeah,
ice cream cone he's
ice cream
holding.
and the glasses. He's like chilling.
Oh, so you have your burger and then your ice cream cone for dessert. This sounds good.
Listen, walking the convention floor all day can be tiring, and you deserve a little treat. Stop by the first ever Wizards of the Coast food truck, Wizard of the Cones, at Block Party to enjoy treats inspired by Chandra Nalar, Vivian Reed, Tasha, and Drizzt Do'Urden.
Okay.
I'm assuming these are like, what are those called? Planeswalkers or something? Or characters from Magic? I don't know. More Indie eats. Also check out the delicious grub from some of Indy's favorite eateries. They'll be serving up tasty bites all weekend long. Helm Coffee Roasters, Island Noodles, Jugs. Oh, that's another thing I forgot to mention, which I mentioned last year. A lot of the restaurants local to Indy, nearby the con, will retheme their entire menus. They will have, their restaurants will be sponsored sometimes by publishers. They'll change their menu and be selling gaming. They'll rename certain items. They'll tweak their menu to sell things with gaming titles and related to gaming and things. So they get all themed out. It's kind of neat. So we got Helm Coffee Roasters, Island Noodles, and Jugs. Here you go, live entertainment. Don't miss out on the epic tunes blasting from the DJ booth. Stop by to dance, let loose, and soak up some good vibes at the block party. DJ spinning daily, starting at noon.
Oh, there you go. It's starting at noon. Okay.
But probably
But it
till
doesn't
10.
say what time till, but
Probably
probably till
till
10
10
when the alcohol stops. Yeah.
Or when Matthew gets rowdy and they need to clear it all out, they'll shut the music down. Everyone, you don't have to go home, but you best get the hell out of here. Break it up. We've had enough. South Street will be the place for food, drinks, music, and more on Friday night. The music starts at 6 p.m. You won't want to miss the event. And these people are serious. A Squared has played some of Indianapolis's biggest stages since 2005. They're a creative team behind Spellbound Indie, an open format DJ dance night in Indianapolis featuring dark wave, dark alternative, goth, witch house, industrial, 80s retro, punk, and other great dark-oriented music. I was going to say, they are serious. Look at this. That is dark. DJ Littletown, spinning beats. Indianapolis, born with dual citizenship belonging to Brazil, Littletown began collecting vinyl records at the age of 12 with great influence from her older sister who worked at a record store. From there, she learned to mix on vinyl and gradually entered the MP3 mixing world. Music styles include open format, house, disco, soul, R&B, rap, pop, top 40, Bile Funk, MPB, and World. Food truck schedule. Yeah, they rotate, man. It's crazy. Choose from dozens of rotating food trucks on South Street, starting Thursday to Saturday, 9 a.m. There's breakfast ones, by the way, till 10, and then Sunday, 9 to 4.
Yeah, so it looks like they clear everything around 10. Okay. Oh, and here's the actual literal schedule of what's there if you're looking for something specific.
If you like a specific food truck, you need to look here to make sure it's there when you go there, because there's so many that want to be there. They have to only allow them certain time slots. Full day shift. So some of them are there the whole day. Some are there just in the evening, and some are there just early day shift.
I guess based on their menu, that makes sense.
Nacho Mamas. The Grumpy Gringo. What the hell?
I like that they always have a variety, it seems like.
Yeah. Uh-oh. These guys are not going to be happy about the Wizard of the Cones. Wizards of the Cones busting in on their turf. There's going to be some riots out here. Who's selling the best ice cream and stuff? Colonel Mustard. Oh, that's cool. Books, bourbon, and bacon. Okay. The bearded. Okay, I don't want anything hair related around my food. Okay, so you calling yourself the bearded burger? That's gross. Okay? I don't need my burger having a beard, okay? This is gross. All right? Get it out of here. Anyways. Oh, man. Oh, why does Rob sound so far away? I don't know. I think I'm just echoing into Mel's mic again. I don't know.
Hello? Hello?
I don't know. It's probably because I'm yelling and it's echoey in here. I don't know. I'm getting too loud and excited. I need to keep my voice calm.
Yeah, you were calm and like monotone at the beginning.
No, I was still excited. I was talking way too fast and too loud. I could tell. I'm excited. Gen Con's coming. It's like a week away. I'm so pumped. I also want to try to spit out as much information as fast as possible and stay on topic, which I don't usually do.
That was good too because we didn't have many questions. So that must mean that we've kind of covered throughout these 3 video series, we've covered everything that people are kind of interested in.
And if we didn't, and you're watching this later, again, hit up those links I said. There's links down below, more information. Go find it there. Tons of information out there. Lots of helpful folks who know more about Gen Con than we do or more about other areas of the con that we don't experience because of our background and stuff and what we're focused on. Remember, there's so many hobbies within our hobby, and there's something there for every single one of them. And people that specialize in them, publishers and all this stuff for them, events, DMs, all this stuff, it's all there, man. It's all there. It's tons of it. It's overwhelming, very overwhelming, the amount of stuff that's there. And I've just learned you can't experience it all. So I just try to stay as focused as possible, but also go with the flow. And maybe I'll learn something new or try something new every time I go. But you can't see it all. So prioritize. And again, if you just got a pass and you're just roaming in and you're like, don't know about it, it's good to go and experience it to then the next time you go, you will then be able to plan and understand what you're getting into. So don't feel bad if you're just going to Gen Con with no plan. I'm trying to help prepare you a little bit so it doesn't like blow up in your face and explode and give you a headache and everything. But yeah, only you can prepare yourself truly. So yeah, do your work, research. But again, you could just roll in there off the street. People do. People just buy badges for a day, wander in for one day, go wander around, have a good time, and leave. You don't have to go there all 4 days, especially if you're just going there to pick up a certain game, try a certain event, meet with some friends, play some games at night, and go home. Some people only go for Saturday and Sunday. Some people only go for Thursday. Some people go all 4 days. Some people go even 5 days, 6 days, because they meet with friends early or late, or they go to the trade day that happens before and stuff like that.
Well, I want to do something fun. I just want to know how many of you in the chat are going to Gen Con right now? Raise your hand.
Raise your hand.
Well, they can put their hand in the
You
chat.
can put that hand emoji?
Yeah, I just want to see. So some of the names that, like, if they
Oh.
say like, "Oh, I'm going," then when we hear the names or we see the names, hopefully I'll remember. Some of them I already know, obviously, but so we got Amanda. Nice. We know Michael. Yes.
I'll also put a poll just if you don't want to say, you just want to answer.
Yeah, if you don't
like,
want
for
to.
numbers.
Jeff, Edward, Stacy, Matthew. Oh, look at this. Look at the hands.
So Amanda, I know you're in the group.
Janet, yes.
Stacy's in the group. Matthew's in the group. Janet's in the group. Okay.
Nice. Okay. Okay, that's fun.
Keith says, can't do this year because I just bought a house. Oh,
Okay.
hold on, man.
Okay.
Get your priorities
Life
straight.
happens.
Get your priorities straight. What are you worried about where you're going to live and shelter yourself and your family? Come on. You got to get the Gen Con. Check out the new games. What's wrong with you, Keith? Get your stuff straight, okay?
Gabe will be there. Not see Mitch.
Michael says, depends
Depending
on
on
work.
work.
School starts at a terrible time.
Oh, is this is the one where your wife starts school, right?
Yeah.
Teaching?
Yeah.
Is that you? But I'm seeing quite a bit of hands. I'm excited as well. So
Well, if you see us there,
yes.
don't bother me. But say hi
You
to
can
Mel.
bother me. It's
I'm
fine.
just joking. Leave me alone. I hate people. I'm just kidding, sort of. But yeah, say hi if you see us. I love it. I mean, it's always humbling, but there's some funniest moments have been just bumping into people that recognize me or yell out my name from across a booth for fun while I'm in the middle of demoing a game or doing a live stream. Rob, I love your stuff. What? Who was that? It's so fun. I think it's hilarious. But I love when people walk up, they just shake my hand and say like, thank you, or I watch your channel, or I just found you, or I love you for this game, or watched you for that game, or thank you for what you do and stuff. I appreciate that stuff. It's very humbling. You don't need to do that though. You don't need to thank me for anything.
Just say hi.
Yeah, just say hi. Tell me what I should be checking out at the booths. If you saw a cool game or something, tell me about it. But yeah, just come say hi, whatever. I don't care. It's nice to put a name to face to names in the chat too.
Oh, definitely.
Because now I see Janet and I know who Janet is. I know who Kanji is. I know who Stacy is. I know these people because I met them. I spent time with them at the con, right? So even if I just meet you for 5 minutes, at an event or something, I should be able to now to tie a name to a face. So you can't hide from me now. I know who you are. But anyways, yeah. Edward says I'm in Indy for 8 days.
Oh, fun. Are you doing something else or?
Yeah, what are you doing? Are you hitting up the zoo and stuff? I know people go early, hit up the zoo and go see things and sightsee and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, Stacey says the Indiana State Fair is also happening in case you get bored. Yeah, okay.
Do they have board games there for sale?
Maybe if people, I don't know when the fair is, but maybe if it's like if people are in town before or after and it coincides with when the hours of the fair are.
Cool.
Kanji says it was me screaming that out, Rob.
Yeah, it did sound familiar. No, but it's just fun. Last year even was weird. I thought nobody would recognize me.
And because of the mask.
Yeah, I thought I could be sneaky and avoid all those kind of awkward interactions because I feel awkward socially sometimes. But I don't mind it. It's fine. But yeah, to be I thought I was undercover, nobody would know. But then people still, even from behind, were tap me on the shoulder. And they're like, Rob? And I'm like,
probably because they walked past. And
I'm
then was
yes. And they're like, I just love what you do. Keep doing what you do. And then they keep walking. And I'm like, I don't know who that was because they're wearing a mask, but thank you. So many randos that were doing it. But some I recognized who they were because they also have YouTube channels and stuff. So it was very nice.
Yeah.
It was very nice to be recognized by some people who I watched their content. And then they were like, oh, I love your content. I'm like, I love your content. That's cool. You know who I am. Nice.
It was funny too. I'll never forget when we were walking to the block party and Stacy yelled Mel, and I don't know who I'm looking for, but I'm looking because I'm also thinking people are gonna call Rob. They're not gonna call out my name. So I was super confused, and it was so funny. And yeah, I'll just never forget that. That was so funny, Stacey.
Yeah, I thought it was weird too. It was Mel, and I'm like,
yeah, but I'm
what?
looking around but I don't know who I'm looking for. I just hear my name, so it's funny.
You flashed me crazy eyes.
I did
she,
not.
Start raising her fist.
I did. But
who goes there?
It was so funny because I wasn't expecting it at all because I feel like I'm just the side person to Rob, who's Rob's gaming table. So I always just thought that people would just always call out Rob or, so it's just so funny. It was funny to get recognized myself.
So Edward says my buddies live there, so I game with them all before Gen Con.
Oh, that's fun.
That's sick.
That's awesome. Do they also join you at Gen Con? That's so cool.
Michael R says, rule is Rob demands a big hug. I will if you want, but I'm not really that kind of person. But I won't be mad if you ask for a hug, I guess. But that's a weird one.
What's the etiquette?
I don't know.
Can I have a hug?
I see. You got to ask nowadays because I could start yelling stranger danger and call security and you could be in my safety circle. You got to ask permission. You got to ask permission into my safety circle.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So Rob will
I know Michael is joking.
Rob will give a hug if asked.
Trying to freak me out, but randos are chasing me around the convention. I thought you wanted this. Leave me alone. Depends on the super chat. All right, that sounds like the time to end. Yeah, fist bump only. Yeah.
Let's do the elbow.
Yeah. The COVID's still a thing. We gotta kind of respect it a little bit. We still gotta respect it.
It's so funny.
KJ saying, are you hitting up Marvel Champions? I'm not planning on hitting up Marvel Champions this time. Because last year I was kind of bummed. Fantasy Flight games in the past, when you pay a ticket for the event, you know you're going to walk away with the product you played at the event. That has been a thing forever. The company did that even when they got by Asmodee, and when they got bought, even before they were bought, they always did that. You sign up for any event, you usually will walk away with something, unless it's just you're playing a board game with a bunch of people or something. But even then, you'd get a promo or something. But last year's Marvel Champions rubbed me the wrong way. I had fun playing with you guys. Don't get me wrong. But when I went up to them and they were like, hey, we need those cards back after. And I was like, what? They literally gave you one scenario Marvel Champions to play with, and then they wouldn't let you take it home, even though they had tons of them. And all they're going to do is just throw it in the garbage after. I thought it was the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And I gave them shit about it. I was like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You guys are like, this is not right. Like, and I talked to their marketing people and everything. And they were like, sorry, it's just how we do it now. And I'm like, well, that's lame. I'm not going to your events. I'm not going to promote them anymore. That's silly. They might have changed it this year, though. I think they are going to give out something there, I think, but I could be wrong. But there's promos, I think. I know more, actually. I do know more. I read this the other day, actually. So here's me saying I'm not going to promote their stuff. But here I am going to look it up for you all guys and tell you all about it. But they have a list now of what they're bringing to Gen Con. And
Oh, I didn't see that.
there is all their, hold on. Damn. One of these articles lists all the promos they're going to have there. Here, right here. FFG at Gen Con. Okay, at the end of June. So if you go to the Arkham Horror scenario, promos, that'll be a mystery. You'll just have to wait till the full reveal. I don't know if you get the whole deck.
I guess you can kind of tell
Yeah.
too by how much the event costs. If it costs $2 to $4,
Yeah.
you're not getting a deck.
But you used to go and you know you would walk away with something cool to go home with that released early. You can get a set of dice for Descent Legends of the Dark if you go to one of those events. The Dreadnought, Hunt for the Dreadnought. You can buy this at stores. This is not new. Promos, participating in either Lord of the Rings events, you'll get a slick acrylic first player token to use in your games at home.
Oh, it would replace our ring. But I think our
No,
ring
we
is
have
good.
the coolest. We have
Yeah,
the
we
one
have the
ring
one
is
ring.
our first player token. Here's the Marvel one. And again, this comes out August 11th, I think was the date, right? We saw this today?
Oh.
So it's shortly after Gen Con, I think, right?
That might be right. That sounds right.
Asmodee release something. I didn't type that right, but click, man. Get your damn website servers more responsive. Jesus. Okay, hold on. Marvel. August 18th. August
Okay.
18th. So literally like 2 weeks after Gen Con.
Okay.
So I don't care. 2 weeks after Gen Con, my local store will have it. I'll get it. It'll collect dust till I have time to play it. So I don't care. So I'm not doing it this year because it pissed me off last year that we went there and I had nothing to come home with, which I love that aspect of it. I felt cheated, like they were getting cheap. And it's like, don't be cheap. Don't be cheap, you bastards. It's all marketing. Don't be cheap. You got to spend money to make money. Okay. And what was the other one? But the promo for this one is, yeah, they'll have no previews of new heroes. Bring your own damn deck. Which is weird. Why not just have the whole box there and let
people play these heroes?
Yeah, let just like make it 2 players per event and let them play a 2-player scenario. It'll be faster and play with the new heroes. Like it's so dumb. Like they could do this way better.
Mm-hmm.
It feels very half-assed. The first event's chance to play the first scenario of the 6th campaign expansion.
Yeah, so it does look like they're doing exactly the same format as last time.
Towards the end of last year, we hosted a Marvel Champions campaign contest scenario, which fans of the game could mix and match scenarios and module sets throughout the game's expansion, use them to create their very own custom campaigns. At Gen Con this year, we'll be hosting a special opportunity to play a scenario from one of the contest winners with other fans of the game. This scenario is the very first one from Awesome Campaign Volume 1, which pits you and your team against powerful and dangerous Ronin friggin' Ronin. Thankfully, you'll have some support from the Guardians of the Galaxy and some extra setup rules, making this scenario uniquely fun challenge. You can sign up for the event here. Please note you'll need to bring your own hero deck to this event, and that hero cannot have the Guardian trait. You also need to bring a basic Guardian ally to aid you in the fight against Ronin. And then promos. Here's, if you participate in any of the 3 Marvel Champions events, you'll be awarded with 2 sets of special alt art promo versions of Energy, Genius, and Strength, Like I don't have too many copies of those already. One set will be themed after Spider-Man, Peter Parker, and the other one after Captain Marvel. That's cool if you like
That's
those kind of promos. And then they have promos for Marvel Dagger, which you can buy in stores like a month ago. But they have promos there for it if you want to learn to play it there. Twilight Inscription, which was their game they were promoting last year. They have some promo dice for it if you play in one of their events and sign up for it. And then you get alternate frame versions of the game's starting base cards for Star Wars and deck building game. But you have to sign up and pay for these events. So it's like you are paying for this stuff. And then Star Wars Unlimited game demos. They are not giving away starter decks, which again is so cheap and stupid. At Gen Con, you'll have the opportunity to get a sneak peek at Star Wars Unlimited. FFG's new trading card game of unlimited possibilities will be hosting lots of demos for the game throughout the weekend, allowing people to get their first real look at how the game is played. You won't want to miss this opportunity. Be sure to sign up for a demo here. Promos participating in Star Wars Unlimited game demo will earn you an event-exclusive variant of both the Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader leader cards. And yes, cool beans. I'll be trying this game out. I'm definitely trying out Star Wars Unlimited and Lorcana. Those two I'm both signing up to play. We're gonna learn to play both those, and we'll let you know on live streams or videos how they go and how fun they are and whatever. And yeah, it should be a good time. KJ says, I'm hoping the Sadlers will be there with their new game, as long as they're with a different publisher. Last year, that was the Lulls. Whatever publisher that was. What was this?
Oh, they didn't show up, right?
Yeah, they didn't show up and their booth was empty because they screwed a bunch of people
yeah,
out of
so
their
they
Kickstarter
backed
money.
out last second.
Yeah, that was a horrible company.
I can't remember who that was.
I don't know, but I knew they were shady. I knew that company was trash. I called it out way in advance. But yeah, anyways. So let's see. I'm going to close the poll. And it says, are you going to Gen Con next week? 53% say yes. No say 46.
Nice.
Out of here. Thank you all for voting.
Awesome.
So like more than half the people watching who voted are going to the con. That's cool.
Awesome. That's exciting.
But yeah, so I'm going to leave it at this. If you are watching this before the con next week in 2023, leave in the comments below what game or booth or thing that you're excited. And if you're just someone working at a booth who wants to promote your booth, get lost. I will delete your comments because it's annoying. The self-promotion, scumbaggy, that stuff's not needed. But if you're just a fan, you're going to the con and there's something you're excited for or multiple things you're excited for, drop them in the comments below. I'm curious to hear from our audience what you guys are interested in. That might help me understand what I should be trying to get and bring home and stream for you guys or discuss, or I can live stream from the con, or we can make videos and discuss it. So let me know what's interesting you there. We are streaming on Monday before leaving for the con. Our next live stream, it's already scheduled in the video description. There's a playlist link. You can go find our previous streams about the Gen Con and last year's Gen Con. And our next stream is going to be about the games that we know of that are going to be at the con, the games we're excited for to either demo, try, or buy, and also some games that you guys can recommend we look at. So join us for that stream and you can, tell us what you're interested in. So also you can drop below, like, again, what games you're interested in. That'll help us know what we should look at for that stream too, right? So yeah. Matthew says, legitimate question. Legitimate question. Let's see. I don't know. Why is this not? I don't know. This is not working. This is like not refreshing. Yeah, I don't know. It's broken. Anyways, I was going to bring up the comment, but legitimate question. Will they have a starter deck pack for 2 people in Lorcana? So they have 3 starter decks. They're each different. When you sign up for an event, you'll get a random one. Supposedly they'll have some at their booth that you can go buy, limited to a certain amount of copies every day for all 4 days of Gen Con, I think. So you can probably pick the one at the booth that you want to buy until it sells out. But if you go to the Learn to Play event, Mel and I are going to go, for example, and they'll probably just give her one random and me one random. Hopefully they're different. Because I hate mirror matches.
Worst case, we'll see if we can trade with someone.
Yeah, so we might trade there. So if we can get some extra decks or grab some at the booth and then grab some at the event, maybe we can trade so we can come home with one of each of the 3.
Mhm.
and then we can play them on stream or like talk about them or look at them closer. We'll try to play them from the con and show you guys, maybe if people are interested. But I'm sure there's other Lorcana focused channels that already cover that stuff like day one. But yeah, we're just interested to try it. I don't know how far we'll go with it, but I definitely want to check it out and see what the hype's all about.
Yeah.
But yeah. But yeah, anyways, thank you all for watching. Thanks for hanging out. And we'll see you in the next stream.
Bye.
Have a good rest of the year. Or see you in our next streams. Bye.